Good evening, Marauder fans, and welcome to Eagle Mustang Stadium here in Richardson, Texas, on the campus of Richardson High School, where tonight your Marcus Marauders will try to go to 2-0 on the season as they will be facing the Pearce Mustangs out of Richardson ISD, the JJ Pearce Mustangs, but we'll just call them Pearce tonight. Jacob Dedamore and Tim Smith here with you, and first thing is first, we are happy to bring you a game tonight that is not going to be delayed by weather because it has been sunny and actually pretty warm the last few days as the heat has kind of given us a resurgence this week. So it's been hot and sunny and no weather in sight tonight. We are going to kick off on time, which has not happened either the last 2 weeks. So I know Tim and I are both very happy about that. But, Tim, coming in tonight, final game of non-district play. We're going to hear Mike Alexander talk about that here a little bit later in the pregame show. But tonight, final shot to kind of get some things in order before the bye week and then district play.
Yeah, tonight is the dress rehearsal, you might say, the last preseason game of the year with a bye week coming up next week. And I think you hit the nail on the head. One of the keys to the game tonight is just play a full game. Start the game on time, get your warm-up in, get that kind of sequence down. They haven't had a chance to do that yet this year. So this will be the first night that they've been able to get to the stadium, get a warm-up, get back in the locker room, come back out, go through the routine, and then play ball right away and play a full football game.
Yeah, and I think when we talk about now it's been the same way for the Pearce Mustangs. We shouldn't say it hadn't been an advantage or disadvantage for either squad because last week, same thing, Pearce had their game canceled midway through because of the weather that blew through the Metroplex. So they are also coming into this game technically 1-0 after they had their game last week get washed out as well. But this is also they're getting the Marauders. We've talked about this, how they've been dealing with some injuries on the defensive side of the ball. They're getting a couple of guys back tonight. They're hopefully going to have more back when they play for the Battle of the Axe in 2 weeks against Louisville. But to me, this is a chance to not only correct some things that we saw last week in the almost half of football that we saw on the field, but also, as we said, really get some things in order because the grind starts in 2 weeks.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, tackling has been a huge issue for this defense. And tonight they're going to go up against a team that has had tremendous success on the ground, both with their running back and their quarterback. They'll come out and they won't spread you out necessarily, but they will play a tight spread formation. They'll run a lot of misdirections on you. Tonight's got to be about tackling as you go into the season, get some of the confidence that we can tackle on the other side of the ball and slow somebody down.
And that was one thing that Coach Alexander said he was much happier with last week in the amount of football that was played. He thought the defense played a much better football game than they did week 1 against Keller. Tonight will be about kind of getting the offense back on track, and we are going to see a little bit of changes on the offensive side of the ball for Colton Nussmeier as far as the targets he has.
Yeah, and you just talked about it. The defense was a little bit better a week ago, but the offense was sputtering, and that was because they went up against a scheme they weren't really expecting, and Coach is going to talk about that in the interview, and we'll talk about keys to the game, what they're doing to address those issues.
Tonight is also homecoming night here for the Pearce Mustangs here at Eagle Mustang Stadium, so they're doing some on-field ceremonies right now. They may do some more at halftime, maybe a bit of an extended halftime tonight. We will see. We're not exactly sure what their program is, but it's a very special night for the Pearce crowd as well. And, it's always kind of fun, the pageantry of high school football and the things they do. I kind of like to see it, even though, it's not something that we're really involved in. It's always kind of cool to see these kind of things and kind of watch how they execute it because it's special for the kids.
It is special for the kids, and it's special for everyone involved who makes the mums and the outfits and the whole shebang. You've got the dance and all of that going on. So this is certainly a special night, and just happens that Marcus is here to ruin it.
That's at least what the hope is for all the Marauder fans in the house and watching us on Tradio and Champion Sports Radio tonight. We're going to take a quick break here on Marcus Football Night. When we come back, you will get to hear the thoughts of Marcus head coach Mike Alexander. When we will hear from him when we come back. This is Marcus Football Night.
and Facebook for what's up and coming, and visit us online at thesidelinespiritco.com. Are you looking to team up and need custom merch? Reach out to Whitney at thesidelinespiritco.com. Good luck to Team 40. Let's go, Marcus.
The State Farm Personal Price Plan helps you create an affordable price just for you.
Contact Mike Bean for your personal price plan today.
Welcome back to Marcus Football Night. Jacob Dedamore and Tim Smith here, and we are joined right now by Marcus head coach Mike Alexander. Coach, been a very weird start for the first 2 weeks this season. The good news is, at least at the time we're recording this interview, the forecast does seem clear. So hopefully we'll be able to start on time and get the full game in this Friday, which I know would be a relief to you and everybody else.
No doubt. We're looking forward to just a normal schedule for pregame and everything because we haven't experienced it yet.
Well, that's kind of where I wanted to go with my first question here, because we did get almost a half of football in against Arlington before the rains came back and the game ended up having to be called. And even though it was a no contest, do you think that because you had this delay 2 weeks in a row, plus you had all the senior night stuff that you were trying to squeeze in before we started the game, do you think that maybe kind of got your guys out of sync in that first half against Arlington that they actually played?
Yeah, and I'll take responsibility for it, Jacob, for sure. Obviously, senior night always has its own challenges because there's a lot going on that's different than a regular Friday game. And when you're a senior heavy team like we are, that's a lot of your guys you're counting on that are involved in those added distractions. But you added that to the delay at the beginning. I probably underestimated it because I felt like we handled the delay the week before pretty well. So I was pretty hands off in the field house while we were waiting to be able to get started. And then in retrospect, I probably should have been a little bit more, had my thumb on the guys and trying to keep them ready and locked into play. But, you know, with my mind on getting senior night organized during the delay and all the things, that was just something that I probably took for granted that our guys would be ready. And we were just, like you said, just a little off, on offense especially. I mean, we had a misfire on a snap when quarterback wasn't ready. Center snapped it early. We missed a couple blocks on a couple critical downs, like on a fourth down at midfield, which we haven't done that. I can't tell you when. We whiffed on a protection and got Colton sacked one time. So there's just some things that we weren't real sharp with early. I believe we'd have got it worked out. I really do. But one positive is defensively, I was really proud. We tackled better than we did against Keller. We did not have as many missed tackles across the board. We did a better job in that. And then, their quarterback made a heck of a play on a 3rd and 16 that allowed them to keep a drive alive where they end up scoring a touchdown, the only score of the game. But so hats off to him, man. He's a 3-year starter. He made a play. But I was proud of our defense, so that was a positive.
So with the defense coach doing well, the offense looked like it struggled a little bit in that game. I think you mentioned it too. Colton was just a little bit off, seemed to force a few things early. Obviously going to be adjustments. What's the message to the team when you don't get to finish the game? You come out, you struggle a little bit. You weren't able to do the halftime adjustments, then come out in the second half and get back on track. What's the message to keep focused and come out this week playing more like you did in week one?
So the message is pretty simple, Tim. Non-district, we have certain goals we want to accomplish. Obviously, we want to win every contest. Well, honestly, we still have that in front of us, technically. And then the second thing is just we've got to improve and find our people leading into district. We got to keep improving. We got cut short a half plus just a little bit. So we got to make the most of this week. And, we all know what's looming. First district game is the Battle of the Axe, and not to overlook Pierce at all because we're using this Pierce game as an opportunity to get ourselves ready to play in that Louisville game because it is a non-district game. At the end of this thing, we're going to be 3-0, 1-2, 2-1. We're going to wad it up, throw it out, whatever, and it's not going to matter at the end of the day. But what does matter is the reps we get in non-district and making sure that our team is ready to play at our best when we play Louisville. And so our guys understand that, and we practiced really well today. We had probably our most spirited practice of the year. We did a lot of good on good against each other. We're getting good looks from the scout team when we can, but we had good practices. So I think our guys are ready.
You bring up an interesting point in the fact that even though this game got called before halftime, you were able to get some things on film that allow you as a coaching staff to be able to go back to the guys and say, hey, look, I know we didn't lose this game, but there's a lot of stuff on here we need to work on. How do you approach that as a staff?
Yeah, I mean, it's just what you said, Jacob. I mean, it's a blessing. It's almost like to me, viewing it as a glorified scrimmage, we were able to go out there, prep all week. We got out of there healthy. Nobody got injured in the game. So that's a positive around here because, I mean, it's been a while since we put full pads on and didn't have anybody get injured.
Right.
So, that was a positive. But being able to turn the video on, show the guys this is where we're improving, keep doing it. This is where we still got to make some adjustments. I mean, like one, for example, that you can't simulate this in practice. When we had those guys in a 3rd and long situation, just on the plus side of the field, we ran a 6-man pressure. We don't do a whole lot of 6-man pressures, but we ran a 6-man pressure and all out, go get the quarterback. Well, our new sophomore nose guard, who's doing a fantastic job, we're really proud of him. He learned something there about having to set the pocket and not get in the middle of a guard that clouds up the look. And some things like that you can't simulate in practice. You got to do it live against good people. And so we'll get better at that. And we did today in practice. We did some full pass under pressure stuff against our one offense and look better. So we're doing what we need to do. We're taking what the season has given us and doing the best we can to grow with it. But this is a big one because our last dress rehearsal before we get into districts. So we got to do a good job this week and come out ready to compete.
Well, Coach, it sounds like you've got all the answers to the test right now. And it sounds great that there's a spirited practice like that. Anything special you're trying to put in play this week? Anything that you are working on to get ready specifically for Louisville?
Yeah, just really still trying to find our people. You'll see some different personnel around, especially on offense right now, just trying to find out, what everybody does best. With the emergence of Luke Susko coming into the program from basketball, we're still trying to figure out, what does his route tree look like? And then our other receivers, what do they do best? And, do they play better in the slot? Do they play better outside? What routes do they do best? How much can we really get out of Bear, our new tight end, our sophomore? So, this last final dress rehearsal is really trying to mix it up a little bit, put guys in different spots and see if we're right where we're leaning on where our guys are going to be lined up and what they're going to be asked to do as we get into district.
Well, Coach, I know that we are looking forward to seeing it tonight. We're also looking forward to hopefully starting on time for the first time this year. So we want to wish you good luck. Thank you, as always, for your time, and good luck tonight versus the Pearce Mustangs.
All right. Thanks, guys.
That is Marcus head coach Mike Alexander. We will be back with more of the pregame show here on Marcus Football Night.
Sideline Spirit Co. is the fresh, reimagined way to do fan gear, born out of the heart of a Marauders mom. What started in the stands as ideas has grown into the official fan gear partner of Marcus Football. From hoodies and hats to game day essentials supporting the red, black, and silver, Sideline Spirit Co. brings a crisp, new look to Friday Night Lights. Every purchase supports our Marauders. Pick up your gear at the next home game in the north corner of the stadium. Look for the merch trailer. Follow at the Sideline Spirits Co. on Instagram and Facebook for what's up and coming, and visit us online at thesidelinespiritco.com. Are you looking to team up and need custom merch? Reach out to Whitney at thesidelinespiritco.com. Good luck to Team 40. Let's go, Marcus.
From kickoff to dinner time, Flurry's Market Plus Provisions is your hometown spot. We're local, family-run, and obsessed with quality hand-cut meats, Cajun-inspired plates, and the best burgers in Flower Mound. Join us for lunch or dinner, or swing by the market for steaks and sides to feed the whole crew. Flurry's is proud to support Marcus High School and the community we call home. Flurry's Market Plus Provisions. Local. Quality. Community. Go Marauders.
Welcome back to the pregame show here on Marcus Football Night. Jacob Dedamore and Tim Smith here with you. We are live from Eagle Mustang Stadium here in Richardson on the campus of Richardson High School. Shout out to our boss and owner of Champion Sports Radio, Thomas Lee. This is where he teaches. So this is Thomas's primary gig here at Richardson High. Yeah, he's a teacher here now.
I didn't know he was here. Where is he?
Well, he's doing a game tonight, of course.
He's not here in the building.
Not here, no, but this is where he teaches during the week.
Did not know that.
Interesting. This being the final matchup of non-district play, we've just seen the Marauders come onto the field. The Pearce Mustangs are on the field as well. And let's look a bit at this matchup tonight as we take you now to my partner Tim Smith's 3 keys to the game.
Yeah, thank you, Jacob. And this is going to be a little different. This isn't about wins or losses tonight. Again, this is the 3rd preseason game. Mm-hmm. You heard Coach talk about it in the interview. Yeah, you'd like to come away with a win. Maybe that's a byproduct. But let's do these 3 things.
Always want to win.
Always want to win. But let's do these 3 things. Number 1, finish the game. We talked about that already. Let's start on time. Let's have a normal schedule because that really is important in football. Next, we're going to find out who does what best, particularly on offense. He talked about some receivers they want to move around, who runs better routes during versus different coverage, who does what best, because you're going to have those intertwined in different packages when you get into district play. So tonight's going to be a night where they really are going to throw some different things out there that we haven't seen yet tonight this year, just to see, again, who's going to be able to be the most productive in certain roles so that he can take advantage of those opportunities throughout the season. And then the last thing is, for the guys that are getting snaps right now because of injury or guys that are going to get looks tonight to see what they can bring in a game situation, take advantage of your opportunity each and every time. Just like in the big leagues, you see the rookies, the 3rd-teamers, the 4th-teamers playing in those preseason games, trying to make the team. Even if it's on special teams, do something that lets you stand out and gives you a permanent playing position on this team this season.
I'll give you a non-football example of that is happening right here in the Metroplex right now, and it's happening in a very big way. Look at the baseball team down there in Arlington with the Texas Rangers and how they have gotten themselves back into not only the AL wildcard but the AL division race, and they are doing it by exactly what you said. They have guys that have stepped up, next man up mentality, and have taken advantage of the opportunity with similar to Marcus and their football team, the rash of injuries that they have suffered to starting frontline guys. The guys that have stepped in have taken advantage of it, and they have gotten the Rangers on a big winning stretch that have gotten them back into the playoff race.
Yeah, a night like tonight, it's a perfect night to really dig in deep and really try to figure out what the identity of your football team is as you go into district play against Louisville in just 2 weeks.
Well, let's go ahead and look at what we're going to see tonight as you see the captains coming onto the field to do the coin toss. Let's start on the offensive side of the ball for the Marcus Marauders, and we'll start with those big guys up front as you got the very senior-laden offensive line. Frank Adams, number 77 at left tackle, number 58 Jimmy Graham at left guard, junior Grant Gager, number 52 at center, right tackle Matthew Willett, and number 65 and number 75, the right tackle Rhett Harmon. The guys that Colton Nussmeier will be throwing the ball to, of course, is going to be Jamison Mayfield. He is going to be starting at 1 wide receiver, the junior, number 3. Luke Susko, the senior who joined the football team this year for his senior year, the basketball player. He is going to be the 6'6 receiver. He's going to be starting on the other side. And in the slot, Austin Allen moves back to his typical spot in the slot. And, of course, the sophomore, Bear Kogler, is going to be the sophomore starting at tight end. I'm anxious to see a little bit more from him tonight as well. Elsewhere on the offensive side of the ball, of course, you have the junior leader, Colton Nussmeyer, the quarterback, leading the ship. You have the big H, Gavin Huffman, the H-back and tight end. You have Cade McKnight in the backfield with him at running back. We'll also see a lot of number 2 Carter Francis. And as I mentioned, Austin Allen, number 1 at the slot receiver positions. On the defensive side of the ball for the Marauders tonight, on the defensive front, Landon Wintermute is playing at the nose tackle spot, been doing a very good job in place of the injured Tanasi Yeager. At your 2 defensive end spots, junior Liam Hoskins, number 99, and number 33 anchor Will Harrison. And it looks like right now we're going to go down to the field for the national anthem. We'll finish those starting lineups in just a moment.
Our nation is almost 250 years old, and for at least that long, men and women have been fighting for our freedom so that we can enjoy a Friday night. I invite you now to come, and those who have fought in the past, those who will continue to serve in our future, as we listen to our Mighty Mustangs and our national anthem.
Excellent job by the Pearce High School Marching Band doing the national anthem for us. But let's get back now to the starters for the defensive side of the ball for the Marcus Marauders. Back to the linebacking core, as tonight junior Cole Schott is back in the starting lineup after having to miss last week due to injury. He'll be at the will linebacker spot. In the middle, junior Gage Patrick, number 23, and the Sam linebacker, senior number 14, Ryan San Miguel. In the secondary, we also have some returning bodies, not in the starting lineup, but in depth. Noah Witter is going to be at one corner, Jake Torgerson, both seniors at the other. Your Rover, of course, the senior Easton Mitchell, the freak, number 20, Brady Moore, the senior, number 17, Evan Sachs at the bandit spot. The returning, we talked about Cole Schott being back in the starting lineup at linebacker. The senior Bradley Umi Izioki is going to be back tonight and available. He is going to be backing up Noah Witter, but the fact that he's back on the field and available to get some snaps tonight is great for the Marauders, because I would expect him now to start in 2 weeks when they play Louisville. It's a great thing for the Marauders. Also back tonight on offense is P.C. Carter, number 10 at wide receiver. He'll be backing up Luke Susko on the outside. Good to see him back. For the Pearce Mustangs, their starting lineup tonight on offense looks like this. Number 50, senior Aaron Martinez at left tackle. Senior number 75, Matthew Landers at left guard. The center, Luis Gadarama. I think that's right. Luis Gadarama, number 69, the junior at center. At right guard, junior number 64, Joseph Ruby. And Kofi Kakamensa. I got it right. Kuakamensa. That's it. Kofi Kuakamensa, number 66, the junior, is at right tackle. Your starting outside wide receivers are senior, number 7, Tate Anchikoski, And on the other side, Josh Devadas, a senior, number 2. He is also starting on the defensive side of the ball. Your slot receiver is number 88, Dustin Rodriguez, the senior. And at your hybrid tight end / wide receiver spot, tonight starting will be number 89, Josh Lance, a sophomore. He is starting in place of the injured Luke Dratchenberg, number 17, who is out tonight, the starting quarterback. We've talked about the offense. This is a run-based offense out of a tight spread. The quarterback is Evan Roseberry, number 10, the senior. And the senior starting tailback is number 1, Jeremiah Lyons. He also starts on the defensive side of the ball. On that defensive side of the ball, they play a 3-4 defense here at Pearce. Your starting nose guard, senior number 99, Edward Diaz. Your 2 starting defensive ends, number 13, junior Nathan Ginn, and number 52, Josh Congable, a senior. Your starting linebackers on the outside, number 3, Luke Casagrande, a senior, number 3. The other outside linebackers, number 4, Brady Ross, a junior. Your middle linebackers, inside linebackers, number 0, Will Miltenberger, a senior. Number 8, Lucas Thomas, also a senior. Your 2 starting corners are Ethan Jameson, number 11, he's a senior. And number 5, Nate Kinder, also a senior. We talked about the safeties. Those are your 2 two-way players. Josh Devadas, the junior. The senior, number 2, at wide receiver. He is also one of the starting safeties. The other starting safety is number 1, Jeremiah Lyons, the tailback. And that's our starting lineup for the Pearce Mustangs on defense. We are just about ready to go. Who won the toss, Tim?
So Pearce won the toss. They deferred.
They deferred, okay.
And, of course, that means you have to take the ball if you're the Mustangs.
Yes, sir.
I mean, if you're the Marauders, otherwise you will be kicking off twice. And don't want any of those problems.
Exactly. So the Marauders will start on offense tonight. It is number 1, Austin Allen, back deep to receive, along with, I believe that's number 2 Carter, number 3 Jamison Mayfield. And this is a very high short kick, and it's going to be fair caught at the 26-yard line for the Marauders. It looks like that was number 38. Yes, Slater Sullivan on the fair catch. So the Marauders will start at their own 26-yard line to get things going. And, of course, it is Colton Nussmeier, the junior, the young man who has a very big decision to make coming up here soon as to what Division I power school he's going to attend.
He sure does. Well, I brag about Colton Nussmeier week in and week out to anyone that will listen to me of my football buddies because he is really fun to watch.
As you should, sir, as you should. About to get underway. 3 wide set, all 3 receivers to the near side. Trips formation. Snap back. It's a little quick hitter to Austin Allen. Makes the catch out to the 35. It'll be about a yard short of the first down. The Marauders in their white road jerseys with red numbers, the silver pants with black and red stripes down each leg, of course the silver helmet with the Marcus M on either side. Very cool look for the Pearce Mustangs, I've got to say. They have the light blue and red and white color scheme, the white helmet with the Mustang on either side, blue jerseys with red numbers outlined in black, and red pants with stripes down each leg. Snap back on 2nd and 1. Nussmeier looking to throw. He's got a man, and he overshoots him, looking like he was going for Bear Kogler right there on kind of a deep corner route and just overshot him, and it's going to be 3rd and a yard.
Yeah, Kohler comes across the formation on just a little drag underneath, and Susko's out there running what looked like a curl route, maybe a stemmed route, and just overshoots the drag just a little bit. You wonder how much they're going to run routes at Jeremiah Lyons and try to wear him out because he is a dynamic running back as well, and you want to get him tired if you can.
3rd and a yard for the Marauders at their own 35, opening possession of the ball game here, and it's going to be a handoff up the middle, and just getting the first down is Cade McKnight as he kind of tripped over somebody's foot as he was trying to get that first down. Now he got what he needed. Going to be he got about a yard and a half to move the chains.
Yeah, there was some blocking going on down on the field, and he had a little crease, but like you say, he just gets tripped up at the last second, and I think it even surprised him a little bit as he went down on the ground, but luckily first down.
I think he may have tripped over one of it, like either Jimmy Graham or Grant Gager's foot as he was trying to go through the hole. Anyway, 1st down and 10 at the 37 is where they mark it. 2-yard gain for McKnight. Shotgun snap back. Nussmeier looking, and now he's going to take off. It opens up, and he's going to go down on the slide at about the 42-yard line, so they're going to give him 4 yards or 5 yards on the carry. 2nd and 5.
That's what he can do to you. If you're going to man up everybody and turn your back away from him, he can get those yards. Now, they did have a spy, but the spy was on the other side of the field, had to come across. So that's what Nussmeier can do to you, though. If you're going to play that man defense and turn your back, he's going to run and get that 5 to 10 yards easily every time.
Yeah, he's got that ability. He needs to use it when it's there. 2nd and 5 now for the Marauders. Almost 2 minutes into the game here. Tight formation, tight bunch on the far side. Snap back. Nussmeier steps away from the pressure. Now he fires one out wide open. Austin Allen makes the catch. Makes a man miss. He's down the sideline. The 20. He's at the 10 and gets brought down inside the 5. Great move by Austin Allen, who just found some open space in the zone, made a man miss, and goes all the way down to the 4-yard line. 1st and goal.
What a play by Colton Nussmeier, because he has to, now there's a 3-man pressure. They get that pressure right up the middle from the nose guard, so he's able to evade that. And at the last second before he takes off the run, he sees Austin Allen kind of break up open, like you said, in the middle of the zone, and then Austin Allen using that speed to get down the sideline and create a big play.
54 yards on the catch and run to Austin Allen. 1st and goal for the Marauders. Shotgun formation, handoff to McKnight, going over left guard, powering through the formation, and the scrum stops at the 1-yard line. Gain of 3, 2nd and goal.
Such a multifaceted offense that Marcus presents. They can spread you out, they can throw with the best of them, or they can come in with some big fellas with 3 tight ends, and they can run it down your throat, and that's what they're about to do here again, it looks like.
2nd and goal now as Gavin Huffman checks in. He's in there along with Bear Kogler.
Now you can look for Susko now out by himself. This is a great place for a one-on-one ball on 2nd down.
And they brought in Elijah Carney, the reserve offensive lineman, as an extra tight end. Handoff to McKnight, and he powers his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Marcus.
I tell you, I love what they do with the quarterback under center. He comes out with a reverse pivot under center. You don't see that except at the 3rd level, the NFL level, with the opposite pivot. Defense thinks the ball's going left because of how the quarterback opens. It's really going to the right. Huge hole there. Great opening drive for Marcus and really setting a statement after a little bit of a struggle last week.
Number 90 is the junior Santiago Diaz on for the extra point. The snap is down. The kick is up. And the kick is good. 8:56 to go here in quarter number 1. The Marauders take their opening drive and punch it in for a touchdown. It's 7-0 Marcus, and this is Marcus football night.
Are you ready to score big in the game of home ownership? Southern Collective Realty is here to get you into the end zone of your dream home. Hi, I'm Amy Turner, and I'm the broker and owner of Southern Collective Realty. I've been a Marcus mom for the last 6 amazing years and a great supporter of the Marauders.
I'm Sarah Grant, and I'm proud to be a Marauder mom and aunt. Together we bring in over 20 years of experience in Flower Mound and surrounding areas. Southern Collective Realty, where every home purchase is a victory.
Ready to kick off your search? Give us a call today.
I'm the realest. I'm the GOAT.
Yeah. The Marauders take their opening possession 74 yards for a touchdown, punched in from a yard out by Cade McKnight. That drive, however, was almost all Austin Allen, as he had 2 catches for 63 yards on the drive, including the big 54-yard catch and run to get them down inside the 5, and the Marauders lead 7-0.
Yeah, 1 incompletion on that drive and a little run by your quarterback as well. So a lot of people contributing early on that offensive drive.
Santiago Diaz boots this one high, caught at the goal line, up the middle, and great coverage by the Marauders. They're going to have him down at the 15-yard line. The return man for the Pearce Mustangs in this case is number 11, Ethan Jamison, the senior cornerback. And he gets pinned at the 15. Great high kick that time by Diaz, and good coverage by the Marauders.
Yeah, and we talked about making impact. Well, that was number 24, Andrew Emmert, who comes down, he blows up the blocker, and then makes a big hit to stop the runner in his tracks at 5'11", 180. He's a running back, just a junior, but he just made a mark for himself here tonight.
And now we're getting things going. It's a split-back shotgun set here for Pearce, and we immediately have a flag as somebody moved. So that'll back it up 5 yards. Back there in the backfield is Lyons, the running back that we talked about, along with the quarterback Evan Roseberry.
One thing that stands out to me from a size perspective, and it really showed up with the captains as well, Marcus's seems to be a much bigger team than Pearce.
Snapback's going to be a little play action and a little flick out to the near side, and Marcus covered it well. It was the other man in the backfield. It was number 88, Dustin Rodriguez, the senior wide receiver who was in there. It was one of those little triple option style plays that you see schools like Vanderbilt running, and a great pop by Ryan San Miguel on the quarterback, Evan Roseberry. Handoff on second down. And it's a nice little hole out to the 19. That'll be a good gain for Jeremiah Lyons to set up a third and manageable, as he got about 6 yards there to set up 3rd and 6.
Well, what a hit by San Miguel to start this game off on the quarterback. Hits like that continue to mount up and will show up later in the game.
Now Roseberry running tempo, a little quick hitter, gets the first down out just past the 25 as they are able to find one of the receiving options, trying to get a number. That was, again, number 88, Dustin Rodriguez, the senior, out of the slot. Just ran a little curl route out of that, as you see Pearce right now running quick tempo offensively.
And you see how tight they are. It makes it tough for the zone to really figure out who's coming into what area. There's a lot of mismatches.
Gain of 8 yards, and now we have the flags come in for another false start.
When you bunch up like that, if the blocking assignments are clear, the defense now is bunched up, and it makes it easy for little crossers and things of that nature.
So back it up 5 yards on the false start penalty. 1st and 15 back at the 22. Of course, they overcame that in the first set of downs. You can see what the game plan is for Pearce. If they get positive yardage, they're going to line up quickly and go. Snap back, little end around action, but well played, and we have a flag coming down. And looks like we're going to have an offside. Somebody may have lined up in the neutral zone, so the good play on defense is going to get wiped out, and Pearce gets the 5 yards back.
They get the 5 yards back, and here we go already running some of that misdirection stuff that they like to run so much. For the Marauders, they have to play very disciplined defense tonight. You can't get caught up in the first wave. You really have to pay attention to where the ball is.
You can see what they're doing. It's tight formations, even though it's a 3-wide setup for the most part. And look what they have here with 4 people lined up in the backfield. Definitely, and this is a little backwards screen pass, and a good job of pursuit. Only going to be about a 1 or 2 yard gain as they hit Lions. Again, a lot of misdirection. They threw a little backward screen, running guys on crossers underneath, trying to confuse the defenders.
Yeah, they faked the run game to the right, a little zone to the right, then they hit the screen back left. What Marcus did great was play their spots and not go with the first thing that they see.
That was a great tackle by Cole Schott, by the way. Handoff right up the gut this time to Lyons. He gets about 5 yards out to the 33. That'll set up a 3rd and 4.
Nice attack right there by this Marauder defense to stop up that run with very little yards. JJ Pearce, a very good run team.
3rd and 4 now at the 33. Snap back, play action. Up is Roseberry. He's got a hole. He's up past midfield, and he's in the open field. Down to the 30, and he's going to get dragged down from behind by Evan Sachs as the hole just parted in front of him. He took off, and nobody was home on the far side of the field, and he took off for a massive gain into Marcus territory.
5'9", 155. He's not a large man, but he's super athletic. He's the 2nd leading rusher on this football team, and that was just a straight quarterback draw, and he knew where he wanted to go, hit the hole, and then it was speed to get to the other side of the field.
44 yards on the run that time by Evan Roseberry, the senior. Shotgun pistol formation. He keeps it again on the zone read action. Decent job that time for the Marauders by number 21, Gage Patrick, as he gets to him for a limited gain of about 3 yards to the 20. But you can see what they're doing right now. I mean, this is a very diverse offense that really tries to mess with your eyes to open up holes.
Yes, there's a lot of eye candy going on with this offense, is like what we like to say.
Snap back, Roseberry dropping back. He's going to fling one out. He's got his running back in the flat, and that's going to be a walk-in touchdown for Jeremiah Lyons. He came through the line, through the line of scrimmage out of the backfield and just leaked out to the far side flat and was wide open.
It's almost as if the motion from the other side of the field caught the attention of the defense, and whoever was supposed to guard the running back coming out of the backfield neglected his responsibility, and that just looked like a blown coverage to me, Jacob.
Yeah, I mean, and you're right. And again, it's a lot of the misdirection, the eye candy we're talking about, and them trying to confuse the defense. Snap is high on the extra point, but the kick is up, and the kick is good. 5:17 to go in quarter number one. The Pearce Mustangs answer. It is 7-all here in Richardson. This is Marcus football night.
I've been practicing law for 30 years. I have said one phrase more than any other. Why didn't you call me sooner? There are ways to accomplish the same goals in litigation from a perspective of finding solutions to complex problems as opposed to winning. I firmly believe that if you think you need a lawyer, you need to come in and talk to one. We would be more than happy to guide you so that you don't have to guess.
From kickoff to dinner time, Flurry's Market Plus Provisions is your hometown spot. We're local, family-run, and obsessed with quality hand-cut meats, Cajun-inspired plates, and the best burgers in Flower Mound. Join us for lunch or dinner, or swing by the market for steaks and sides to feed the whole crew. Flurry's is proud to support Marcus High School and the community we call home. Flurry's Market Plus Provisions. Local. Quality. Community. Go Marauders.
Another high pop-up kick. This one is fielded by Carter Francis, not on a fair catch. And he has a nice little return out past the 40. And so the Marauders will start in very good field position, as both times now the Mustangs, I should say, have opted for the high pooch kick on the kickoff.
And you wonder, does the kicker not have the leg to get it deep?
Maybe not.
Are they worried about the return game? I don't know, but these pooch kicks are putting this offense that is very explosive in excellent field position.
The kicker is a sophomore, number 84, Gordon Parker. And we'll see if that continues to be the way they go things. 4 wide set here on first down. Snap back to Nussmeier, fires one at the far side, pass is caught by Mayfield, breaks a tackle down the sideline, still going, and finally brought down inside the 40 of Pearce for a nice catch and run to move the chains to get this drive started of 19 yards.
What a great way to start the drive. We'll see how they line up. They just run what looks like to be a little switch route, so the outside man kind of gets over top of the inside guy who runs the pick underneath. They're a man coverage, so they get kind of mixed around, easy pitch and catch.
That touchdown drive by Pearce, by the way, to answer the Marcus score was an 85-yard drive, finished off on the 20-yard catch and run by Jeremiah Lyons. Snap back, play action. Nussmeier rolling to his left, looking downfield. Now he's going to take off and run and get what he can, and he'll get about 4, maybe 5 yards before he gets bumped out of bounds. So a nice job that time by Nussmeier. Didn't find anybody and just got what he could.
Well, the defense is certainly dropping back into coverage, and when they're going to do that, like we said, I mean, he'll take those 5-6 yards if you're going to give it to him. And it sets them up with a good second down. You stay ahead of the chains that way.
2nd and 5 now for the Marauders, as they are immediately on the move again after that opening touchdown drive. Shotgun formation. Huffman in the game as the Big H. Snap back, hand off to McKnight, and he just runs right through a Pearce defender. His helmet comes off right at the end. He is brought down by number 0, Will Miltonberger, the senior inside linebacker, but not before he got the first down at the 38-yard line on a gain of 6.
McKnight is a big, strong kid. He is a load to bring down, and he loves to run over defenders. We see it week in and week out.
Did that right there. Got the 6-yard gain to move the chains. 1st and 10. This time they'll spread it out and go shotgun.
We're getting a lot of one-on-one coverage with Susko up the top. I wonder if we're going to look to take advantage of that soon.
Snap back to Nussmeier. He's going to fling it out in the flat. Pass is caught by Francis, and he's going to get bumped out. Just a little quick swing pass with Kogler in front of him. A little screen, little mini screen, and he gets down to the 23-yard line. That's a gain of 5.
Yeah, you like how that is set up. The left side receivers know that this is going to the running back and it's going to be a screen, but you also had a combination right on the backside just in case that was covered up. Brilliant design.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard catch from Carter Francis. the senior. He stays in the backfield. 2 tight end setup here for the Marauders under center. Snap back, handoff to Francis. He's going to get the corner inside the 20, the 15. Gets to the outside, gets dragged down, but not before he gets to the first down. That was number 11, Ethan Jamison, on the tackle, but a gain of 10 for Carter Francis.
Well, you had the Thunder with McKnight, and now you have the Lightning with Francis, although he can bring the Thunder as well, but he's got that speed to get to the edge, and he just showed it.
And play is stopped for a moment for some reason. I'm not sure why. The official and the referee and one of his crewmates are conferring about something, but they get things going again. Marauders line up. Under center is Nussmeier. Hand off to Francis, and he runs through a tackle. Nice strong run by Carter Francis as he gets to the 9 for a gain of 4. That time he had a safety blitz coming from Ethan Jamison, but Carter Francis ran right through it.
And we had Matthew Wallet, one of the linemen I talk about every week, one of my favorite guys, one of the big uglies, with a pancake and extra syrup down there at about the 5-yard line. Those O-line can get really nasty, particularly down here in the red zone.
2nd and 6 now for the Marauders inside at the 9-yard line. Just over 3 minutes to go here in the first quarter. McKnight back in the backfield in the shotgun with Nussmeier. Nussmeier looking to throw. He fires one out. Pass is in and out of the hands of Bear Kogler. Kogler was lined up as the tight end with no receiver. He just released and nobody went with him. If he catches that, he'd have had to break a bit of a tackle, but that might have been a walk-in touchdown.
Well, you know, and the coaches talked about it. They want to see a little bit more out of their young tight end. He's such a weapon.
Yeah.
And that time, just a little bit of a dropsies there. I think he might have seen the defender coming out of the corner of his eye. What a throw by Nussmeier, right on time. We got to catch that one.
Yeah, it was a good throw. It was leading him. It was leading him too, right in the hands. Just went right through. 3rd down now. 3rd and 6 for the Marauders as Allen comes in motion. Snap back. Nussmeier looking. Now he's pressured, rolling away to his left, getting away, and he is going to fire one into the end zone, but it's a little high and incomplete. Well, that's a great job by Pearce that time on coverage. The initial coverage wasn't there because the protection was, and then finally Nussmeier got flushed and got away. I thought he was actually going to tuck it and run, but I don't think he could. He didn't think he could get the first down, so he pulled up. Actually, I think he could have. He fired one to the back of the end zone. And it went through the hands of Jamison Mayfield.
I felt like Mayfield was open a little earlier, and he should have pulled the trigger, but he wasn't quite confident, and by the time he did, it was just too late. Too many people in one area.
Snap is down for the field goal attempt, and we actually have a flag. We're going to have a false start, so we're going to back this up 5 yards. It's a 26-yard attempt, but this will back it up 5 yards. And this will make it about a 31-yard attempt. Actually improves the angle for Diaz in this case. You know, the other thing going back to that play, and as we watched the replay, the other thing was I thought I thought Nussmeier could have just tucked it and run and got the first down at the very least.
Yeah, I think he wanted to get that touchdown.
Kick is up from 31 yards out, and the kick from Diaz is good. So the Marauders come up short on 3rd down, but they do put points on the board on the 31-yard field goal from Santiago Diaz. It is now 10-7 Marcus, 2:37 to go here in quarter number 1. This is Marcus Football Night.
The State Farm Personal Price Plan helps you create an affordable price just for you.
Contact Mike Bean for your personal price plan today.
The Marauders take their second possession, and they get it all the way down, a 49-yard drive down to the 9, but the drive stalls there. And Santiago Diaz connects on a 31-yard field goal to give the Marauders the lead back at 10-7 here. 2:37 to go in the first quarter. Jacob Denimore, Tim Smith here with you from Eagle Mustang Stadium in Richardson. As we're about ready to kick this thing off, Diaz boots this one high, and this one is going to make it into the end zone this time, about 3 yards deep. And the Mustangs will come out to their own 25.
You know, it's not the worst thing in the world to go ahead and kick a field goal there. Obviously, you want the touchdown. Should have been a touchdown. But it's good to know when we do have to get into some situations in district play, can we kick field goals? That we haven't seen them do a lot of that.
Kicked one in week
in
one.
The preseason. Right. It hasn't been a lot, but I think the confidence is building, and we're going to need that if we're the Marauders down throughout the season. So not the worst thing in the world to get a kick out of the way like that.
1st and 10 for the Mustangs. Trips to the near side, single receiver up top. Roseberry is going to fire one deep up the far side, and that's going to be incomplete, and there's the flag. Thought I saw some grabbing that time, and the flag came out. Bradley Izioki in with his first snaps of the season, and that time he got caught being a little too grabby on the far side against the Pearce wide receiver. That was, as I'm waiting to see the young man turn towards the press box so I can get his number. That was number 7, Tate Achikowski.
Sure is good to see Bradley back on the field. He's one of their better defensive backs. That time just got it caught up in a one-on-one situation and did a little bit too much grabbing when the ball was in the air.
That moves the ball out to the 40-yard line, 1st and 10 for Pearce. Tight formation here. Shotgun, it's a little reverse action. 2 Lions, and he's got some room on the corner. And he's going to get into Marcus territory before getting knocked out of bounds. We do have a flag down. There may be a hold on the receiver because it looked like as Bradley Izioki was trying to get out to make the tackle, I think the receiver grabbed him. So it's going to be a downfield hold, and I think this is going to come back.
I'll tell you, when you're smaller than the team that you're playing against, this is how you do it. This misdirection stuff, guys are getting blocked side. They don't even know where it's coming from.
It is, but at the same
time,
wherever they're doing it from, you know who the 2 primary guys are on this offense that are going to carry the ball, and it's going to be Lyons and Roseberry. So, like that end around right there, you had Lyons lined up in the slot. He should still be the focus of the defense.
Correct.
So the 10-yard penalty, basically we're repeating 1st and 10 at the 40 because it happened at midfield. Snap back. Here's a little pop pass coming around the right end, and it was number 88, Dustin Rodriguez, who has been active in this first quarter, either lining up in the slot or in the backfield.
Yeah, that time they give you a little speed option left look, but actually pitch it underneath to the man coming under. It's so creative.
It's one of those little.
So creative.
This is very Chiefs-like what I see here.
Little Chiefs.
Yep.
I was thinking, remember the Titans.
2nd and 6 at the 46 now for Pearce. Just under 2 minutes to go here in the first. 2nd and 4, I should say, at the 46. This time just a straight quarterback draw from Roseberry, and the blocking is very well is done well up front. And Roseberry gets across midfield before he even gets contacted and gets a 6-yard gain for a first down.
We talked about this in the pregame. Their run game, this is what they live and die by. They will throw the ball every now and then, but they are an extremely good run game, and we're seeing why.
1st and 10 in Marcus territory. Snap back from Roseberry. He's going to fire one out and just out of the reach of his tight end. That was number 89, Joshua Lanch, and we have a flag around the 45-yard line.
Here on number 20.
Oh, that was Brady Moore.
Yeah, Brady Moore just got in a little bit late, came in a little bit high, and they got the roughing the passer call, so that's a big penalty that off an incompletion. That's going to give them a big first down here.
2 15-yard penalties here on this possession for Marcus has got Pearce now at the Marcus 33.
This Pearce team has the Marcus defense on their heels.
Very tight formation here on 1st and 10. Snap back and a little handoff up the middle, but a good job that time. Going to be no gain as they did a great job reading that. That looked like number 25, Cole Morgan, who is the backup running back here, and he took that. He was the one who had the lead block on the quarterback draw a couple of plays ago. But just a great job that time by Ryan San Miguel, by Easton Mitchell. No gain.
Yeah, a little power trap with the fullback that did not work.
Little half roll, and they've got a screen set up on the backside, and it's going to be caught, and is going to be about a 9-yard gain. Again, Cole Morgan. It was a little half roll to the right by Roseberry, and he threw back on a backside screen to Cole Morgan.
Very interesting play design, but you got the entire Marcus defense moving left, moving right rather, throwback screen left. You get some blockers out there, and next thing you know, you're in 3rd and short.
3rd and a yard now, and they go into a tush-push formation here, and it's going to be, looks like it's going to be just enough to get the first down.
Well, I'll tell you what, the tush-push was not on my bingo card today. I did not expect to see that live in person here tonight. But here they are. It's exactly what we see from the Philadelphia Eagles week in, week out. And they executed to perfection.
Got just enough to move the chains, 3rd and a yard. And that's going to be the final play of the first quarter. So a very entertaining quarter number 1 here in Richardson at Eagle Mustang Stadium, as the Mustangs are driving, but the Marcus Marauders lead after 1. It's 10-7 Marcus. This is Marcus football night.
Sideline Spirit Co. is the fresh, reimagined way to do fan gear, born out of the heart of a Marauders mom. What started in the stands as ideas has grown into the official fan gear partner of Marcus football. From hoodies and hats to game day essentials supporting the red, black, and silver, Sideline Spirit Co. brings a crisp, new look to Friday Night Lights. Every purchase supports our Marauders. Pick up your gear at the next home game in the north corner of the stadium. Look for the merch trailer. Follow at the Sideline Spirits Co. on Instagram and Facebook for what's up and coming, and visit us online at thesidelinespiritco.com. Are you looking to team up and need custom merch? Reach out to Whitney at thesidelinespiritco.com. Good luck to Team 40. Let's go, Marcus.
Each one, get some, get some, get some.
Back here in Richardson, Texas, Jacob Dedamore and Tim Smith here with you as we head to quarter number 2 here at Eagle Mustang Stadium on the campus of Richardson High School. The Pearce Mustangs on the move as they have the ball in Marcus territory, 1st and 10 at the Marauder 23, with the Marauders up 10-7. And Tim, we were just talking in the break, man, this offense, at least what we've seen so far, again, we'll see if they, once they get off script, what they do, but they're very difficult to defend with just about everything right now, some form of misdirection.
Yeah, and this might very well be their game script. Just continue to run these, 7-8 plays and little variances off of each.
Pistol formation here on 1st down, and again, they're going with a reverse, and the runner's looking to throw, and he has nobody open. He's going to get dropped for a massive loss. They pitched it that time to Mason Gardner, the junior wide receiver, and as he was going to his right, he was looking to throw, but didn't have anybody to throw to, and he just got dragged down by Brady Moore for a huge loss back at the 31.
He sure did. What a great job on the back end by Marcus to not get sucked in and play coverage on the back end.
2nd and 18, and this time Roseberry rolls, gets rid of it. The ball gets deflected and falls incomplete. Great pressure that time by not only Brady Moore, but also number 43, Caleb Hammer, coming in, putting pressure on Moore as he rolled to his left, or not Moore, Roseberry as he rolled to his left.
Roseberry, as a right-handed quarterback who's only 5'9", not a lot of opportunity to go left and then try to get a pass off. Very, very difficult position that he was in.
Well, we've talked about it. I mean, he runs 5'9", $155. 3rd and 18 now back at the 31. Roseberry drops back, and he's going to fire one up the deep side, and it's caught. A great job that time inside the 15 at the 13. It's right at the sticks. It's going to be very close to a 1st down. A great catch that time by number 18, Mason Gardner, who got dropped for that loss earlier. He basically just bodied off the defender and went up for a jump ball and brought it down.
That's about as good a coverage as you could have. I thought actually it would have been a pass breakup that was just kind of a lollipopped pass towards the seam, but
handoff up the middle, tackle broken inside the 10, down to around the 5-yard line by Jeremiah Lyons. A good solid run of about 7.5 yards. Again, we go back to that previous play on 3rd and 18. Bradley Ezioki was right there on the back of the receiver, and the receiver just did a great job of blocking him out and going up and catching the ball.
Yeah, that's football. Sometimes you get good on good, and sometimes you win that battle, and sometimes you lose it.
Second down at about, we'll say it's a long 2 here, just outside the 5-yard line as they come in with a very tight formation. Roseberry under center. Snap back, and they're going to do a little pitch inside the 5. It looks like it's going to be a first down, first and goal at about the 1. That time, that looked almost like a veer.
Yeah, that was very interesting. He comes around in a circle motion, and then it's just a little toss power pitch is what it is. It's never meant to go outside because the quarterback himself, after pitching the ball, actually turns and leads blocks.
Yeah, and it was number 88, Dustin Rodriguez, the slot receiver, who they've been using along with Lyons both in the run and the pass game here early. Tush push, first and goal from the 1, and no go this time. It didn't look like, at least. They're going to come in and check. It didn't seem like they got much of a push, and it looks like they are going to be short by about a half a yard.
I wonder what they call this. I'd be interested to know. Is it the Pearce plug? what do we got going on here?
The Pearce push?
The Pearce push?
Could be that.
That's not bad.
Second and goal now for the Mustangs.
There's a lot at play here for the Mustangs, the way they've been running their offense. They can do just about anything here at the 1-yard line.
Mustangs trying to take the lead for the first time in the ball game. And again, Roseberry's going to go under center. And they do that little toss again to Rodriguez, and he walks into the end zone untouched for the 1-yard touchdown. Again, Rodriguez is lining up almost like an H-back on one side of the formation. No running back in the backfield. He comes in motion, and they toss it to him coming around and basically just going inside right tackle.
Right, and it's the same play, but we've also seen that motion with the other guy coming back around the other way getting the ball. So there's no real keys to what they're doing. You wonder if Marcus will be able to make some adjustments at the half and slow this down a little bit.
Extra point is up, and the extra point is good by the kicker, and I didn't see his number. Sorry about that. Didn't get the number on the young man who booted that. But the extra point is good, and the Pearce Mustangs have now taken the lead for the first time. 9:05 to go in the first half. It's 14-10 Pearce. This is Marcus Football Night.
Are you ready to score big in the game of home ownership? Southern Collective Realty is here to get you into the end zone of your dream home. Hi, I'm Amy Turner, and I'm the broker and owner of Southern Collective Realty. I've been a Marcus mom for the last 6 amazing years and a great supporter of the Marauders.
I'm Sarah Grant, and I'm proud to be a Marauder mom and aunt. Together we bring in over 20 years of experience in Flower Mound and surrounding areas. Southern Collective Realty, where every home purchase is a victory.
Ready to kick off your search? Give us a call today.
The Pearce Mustangs finish off the 75-yard touchdown drive to take their first lead of the ball game. They score on a 1-yard touchdown run from the slot receiver, number 88, Dustin Rodriguez, and two offensive possessions, 2 touchdowns for the Mustangs. Both teams have scored on both possessions. Kickoff here is deeper, going to be fielded at the 14-yard line, and looking for room out past the 25, up past the 30. Number 12, Peyton Belton, on a nice return out to the 33 of about 15 yards.
Well, you get tired of giving this offense field position at around the 35 to 40. You kick it a little bit deeper, and Marcus still comes up with a really nice return and good field position once again.
So the kicker is listed as number 84 on their roster, but that's number 80 that has been handling the kicking, and we don't have a number 80 on our roster for Pearce. So I'm not sure who's handling the kicking tonight unless Parker Gordon has changed numbers, which is possible. Yeah. So we'll just say it's Parker Gordon for now. 1st and 10 for the Marauders, now trailing for the first time tonight. Bunch formation to the near side at their own 33. Nussmeier, shotgun, flings it out for a little screen pass to Austin Allen. He's got room out past the 45 and dragged down at about the 48-yard line. Nice start for the drive. They're going to mark him at the 48 for a gain of 15.
That's a great drive starter. And Rhett Harmon, number 75, the big 6'6", 260-pound senior, is all the way out, way past the hash mark, putting blocks on DBs. You'd love to see it. It's a great drive starter once again, another first down, and here we go. Marcus, for the first time down tonight, looking to get back in the lead in this one.
Nussmeier in the shotgun here on 1st and 10. Allen motions out And it's going to be a little quick hitter into Pearce territory. It's going to be very near to the first down. It's going to be about a yard short as that is Bear Kogler making the catch this time, and be 2nd and 1 at the Mustang 43. Nice to see Kogler get that one in after what happened on the previous possession.
Yeah, and he's been doing it the whole time, right? He's been catching the ball week in, week out. We see he's got good hands. He's a really good blocker. The drop, that's not normal for him. Nice to see him get his confidence back with a nice catch.
2nd and a yard now for the Marauders. Under center, it's going to be a toss to Francis to the near side. First down, we got a flag down. May have a hold here as Francis was going to have the first down pretty easily, but I think we may have had a grab on the corner, and that is the call.
Well, anytime you have those runs around the corner and the flag is thrown right at the feet of the blockers out in front, you know that's going to come back. That's not how you want the drive to go. Now you're going to be backed up quite a bit, all the way back to 2nd and 9, it looks like.
Yeah, the hold was a couple of yards downfield on the end there, so it ends up being like an 8-yard penalty. 2nd and 9 now back at the Marauder 49-yard line. In the shotgun is Nussmeier, drops back. He's going to fire one deep up the far sideline, and that pass is going to be incomplete, and here comes the flag. The defender never turned around to play the ball. He was trying to hit Austin Allen on a fade route up the far sideline, and the defender was number 3, Luke Casagrande, the outside linebacker, and he never played the ball at all.
He never did. That's a really nice throw, but when you just put your arms up and try to screen the receiver like that, you simply can't do it. That's going to be a flag each and every time. And now they shot themselves in the foot the play before, and they get that right back, and now it's going to be first down.
Yeah, the 15-yard penalty will move that to the 36 of Pearce, 1st and 10. Yeah, I mean, Austin Allen did the right thing. The pass was a little bit short, so he slowed up, and Casagrande, never turned around and just ran right into it.
And you know what Nussmeier will do as he continues to grow is that ball's going to come out on a line back shoulder because the defender was closing. That ball had a little bit too much air. You like to see kind of more line drive, like I say, back shoulder on that for an easier completion.
Under center on first down, little end around Peyton Belton taking the handoff. He's got room on the far side inside the 25 and is going to get brought down at the 24-yard line. But a nice little misdirection that time from the Marauders as they give it to Belton on the end around.
Well, my grandma always said what's good for the goose is good for the gander.
That's right.
So Marcus pulling
my grandma
something.
said that too, I think.
Marcus pulling something out of the Pearce playbook and running it right back at him, and really good success.
11-yard run, 12-yard run for Peyton Belton. 1st and 10 for the Marauders at the Mustang 40. Nussmeier in the shotgun with 2 receivers to the near side. And this is just a straight quarterback run around the right side, and he's going to get brought down for a yard loss. Great play that time by the two-way starter, Jeremiah Lyons, who came up and took the legs out from under Colton Nussmeier.
Yeah, that was a 100% quarterback sweep. They just had that thing sniffed out, and really good pursuit by the entire defense.
Loss of a yard on the play, 2nd and 11 at the 25. But yeah, I mean, just a great play that time by the two-way starter, Jeremiah Lyons. Again, Jeremiah Lyons, the starting tailback, and the starting wide receiver, Josh Devidos, the other safety, are both two-way starters on this team. Trips to the far side. Nussmeier passes one, caught. Austin Allen over the middle. He's got a first down inside the 15, down to the 11. That is quick and easy. That is just a little curl route, pitch and catch against a zone, and gets the easy first down.
Now, all of these receivers are so good at recognition, and Nussmeier being on the same page with them, they understand spacing, especially when you're in that zone like that. You have to find those creases. Marcus does a great job of doing that.
14-yard gain for Austin Allen, who's having a very productive first half. 1st and 10 for the Marauders. This time they come out with a 2 tight end package. Hand off to Francis. He's inside the 10, the 5, running through, ball carrier, tacklers, and is he in the end zone? It's close. They haven't signaled, and now they do. Touchdown.
That's the first time we've seen him really in the power run game, that far from the goal line. And the Red Sea parts, you can see the linemen just doing their thing, and then at the end, it's individual effort. He's able to get that ball, McKnight, reach down across the goal line. Excellent knowing where you are on the field to get that ball across the goal line, and Marcus right back in the lead.
Cade McKnight using that 225-pound frame. A tackler brought him down at about the 1. Santiago Diaz, the kick extra point is up and good. We'll talk about it in a minute. The Marcus Marauders take the lead back. 5:16 to go in the first half. 17-14 Marcus now. This is Marcus football night.
From kickoff to dinner time, Flurry's Market Plus Provisions is your hometown spot. We're local, family-run, and obsessed with quality hand-cut meats, Cajun-inspired plates, and the best burgers in Flower Mound. Join us for lunch or dinner, or swing by the market for steaks and sides to feed the whole crew. Flurry's is proud to support Marcus High School and the community we call home. Flurry's Market Plus Provisions. Local. Quality. Community. Go Marauders.
Well, the Marauders fire right back as they go, 67 yards on that touchdown drive. Finished off on an 11-yard just power touchdown run by Cade McKnight as he got met by one of the defenders at about the 2, got tackled on top of the defender at the 1 and rolled over with the ball into the end zone. Great run by Cade McKnight, and the Marauders have the lead back.
And right up the gut of the defense.
Diaz this time with a high short pooch kick on his own. That's going to be caught at the 24 and coming to the near side with some room out past the 30 up to the 34-yard line. That is number 11, Ethan Jamison, who came up to make the catch. Got about a 10-yard return out of that.
That's fairly unusual that we see that from Marcus because he can kick it so deep. Most of the time it's going into the end zone. We don't see that often. But again, Coach is trying to work on stuff tonight, and you got to see what you have in that pooch kick.
They actually give him credit to the 35, so it's an 11-yard return. Yeah, I'm very surprised that he didn't kick that one deep. There's very little, if any, wind on the field tonight.
Well, it's always a good night, especially perfect weather, to work on some stuff because you always need these things in certain situations.
First, you're right, and this is non-district. 1st and 10 at the 35. Snap back, handoff up the middle, and a big hit just behind the line of scrimmage. They may just say forward progress for no gain, but I believe that was the reserve running back, number 25, who got met right in the hole. And who made the hit? It was
Gage Patrick.
Gage Patrick, number 23.
That is high-level linebacker play. Let me tell you
21, excuse me.
As the ball gets handed off, the linebacker sees it immediately and fills the hole. That is what you're taught as a linebacker, how to do it. That wasn't ever for me. I never wanted to do that, but that's a great play.
No gain officially on the carry. Bunch formation on the far side here on 2nd and 10. Roseberry gets pressured, but is able to dodge. Actually, we have a new quarterback in the game, and a pass up the far side, and that's going to be way out of bounds. The backup quarterback is now in. That is number 12, Colton Waddle, the junior, who is in, and he got away from the blitz that time of Brady Moore and was able to try and get a completion, but avoided a loss.
Brady comes on an untouched blitz. He doesn't break down or anything, comes in a little too hot. Quarterback able to evade that and get out of the pocket and get the ball at least unleashed downfield.
He was trying to hit his running back, Cole Morgan, up on a wheel route, and that pass sailed about 5 yards out of bounds. 3rd and 10 now, snap back. Here comes a blitz again, and it's going to be a big sack. I mean, right off the gut, you had Cole shot out of a gun, untouched, and makes the sack back at the 29-yard line for a loss of 6.
Well, these linebackers are really the pride and joy of this defense, and you're seeing why right now. They do good at filling the holes. They can go sideline to sideline. They cover well, but when they're asked to dial up the blitz to the quarterback, they're going to get home, and they just did.
I mean, it's a punt regardless, but that was actually even a generous spot for where the contact was made. They were a couple of yards further back. Austin Allen is back deep to receive the punt as a defense finally gets a true hold for the first time tonight. Low snap bounces in, and the punt is barely off. It's a line drive kick caught by Allen at the 34. Makes a man miss. He's got room. Far sideline up to midfield. Still running. He's going to get dragged down by his jersey. I don't see a flag there. I guess because he grabbed the jersey, it's not a horse collar technically.
Well, it depends on where he grabs the jersey. Well, if he's up in that,
but I think if he doesn't grab the pads and it's only jersey, I think that's the kind of the divider. As long as you don't grab the pads, you can pull him down by the jersey. But, still a great return that time from Austin Allen of 20 yards.
Well, the Mustangs very fortunate that punt wasn't blocked and returned for 6. So you'll take anything you can take on the Mustang side. Great job by the punter to even corral that ball.
Terrible snap that bounced back to the punter, but he was able to get it away. But the Marauders are starting in Pearce territory at the 46 after the 20-yard return by Allen. Snap back, play action. They're going to swing it to Allen on a screen. Breaks a tackle and is going to do a great job to just get a yard that time as Allen broke a tackle, which would have been about a 3 or 4 yard loss, and actually gained 2 on the play.
That's a tough ask. You had no receivers on the left side, so all the defense was over on the right side, right on our right side here, going towards that end zone. And so they didn't really have the numbers, and when you don't have the numbers, there's a free guy, and that's what happened. I mean, it's just you're going to make that first tackle or miss, but then the defense pursues, and you're just outnumbered to begin with.
And some confusion on substitution packages here. That's going to cause a timeout from the Marauders. Man, Austin Allen has been a very busy man here in this first half. Getting the pass thrown to him that time, just a great individual effort to avoid a loss and get a positive gain. But, I'm very curious as to why we saw a new quarterback that time for Pearce. I'm going to look down at the bench and see if I can find the starting quarterback, Evan Roseberry, because we did have a quarterback switch on that last possession, and the Marauders got the stop with a couple of very well-timed blitzes throwing off the timing.
So Roseberry, he seems fine. He's sitting there. He's talking to the other quarterback. I think it's they may be thinking
They're
the
working
same
on
thing.
Things too.
Hey, we want to see what we have in some of our other kids here tonight as well.
2nd and 8 now. Snap back, play action from Nussmeier. Rolling to his left, fires, pass is caught by Mayfield. Going to be about a yard short of the first down. Let's see. No, they're actually going to give him forward progress credit to the 36, and that'll be a first down on an 8-yard grab by Mayfield.
You got to love the way he's able to get that play action. McKnight actually ducks under like he has the ball, and I'll tell you, Nussmeier's so good at throwing when he's running to his left as a lefty. He's very, very good at that. And that time, like usual, a dot to the sideline, and we've got a first down for Marcus.
Marcus trying to build a 2-score lead here. 2:32 to go here in the first half. 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun. Power formation here. A couple of tight ends in. Hand off to McKnight. Dodges a man in the backfield. Gets across the line and just bulls his way forward. Moving the scrum. Ends up being a 5-yard gain. That's just strength and power right there.
Yeah, that's some shifty feet, too, there in the hole because there was really nothing there. And
there was a guy at his feet and he had to dodge. Yeah. 5-yard gain for McKnight. We'll see if the Marauders run another play before the 2-minute warning here.
The 2-minute warning that you neglected to tell us about in week 1.
I remembered it when it happened. I forgot. Yeah.
Here we go.
But now we have it. The 2-minute warning. We have reached it here in the first half. It is Marcus 17, Pearce 14. 2-minute warning. Marcus driving, trying to make this a 2-score lead. This is Marcus football night.
Are you ready to score big in the game of home ownership? Southern Collective Realty is here to get you into the end zone of your dream home. Hi, I'm Amy Turner, and I'm the broker and owner of Southern Collective Realty. I've been a Marcus mom for the last 6 amazing years and a great supporter of the Marauders.
I'm Sarah Grant, and I'm proud to be a Marauder mom and aunt. Together we bring in over 20 years of experience in Flower Mound and surrounding areas. Southern Collective Realty, where every home purchase is a victory.
Ready to kick off your search? Give us a call today.
We are back. Jacob Dedamore, Tim Smith here with you, live from Eagle Mustang Stadium on the campus of Richardson High School. Pearce Mustangs, Marcus Marauders. 2 minutes to go here in half number 1. Both teams have been very efficient offensively. The the Marauder defense on the previous possession coming up with the first real stop by either side, and the Marauders are taking advantage. Hopefully, they're down at the 31 of Pearce, 2nd and 5, trying to extend this to a 2-score lead. Nussmeier in the shotgun, straight quarterback sweep around the near side, inside the 25. It'll be a first down. for Nussmeier that time as he gets about 9 yards down to the 22.
So the last time they ran that away from the strength, and what I mean by that is away from the majority of where the receivers were. This time they run to the trips, and they're able to get some real good blocking at the point of attack. Even McKnight gets in.
Yeah.
He blocks 3 guys at one time.
And you remember the last time they ran it, it was a naked sweep with no lead blocker. Use your 225-pound back as a blocker if you're going to run that play.
He blocked 3 guys at one time.
First and 10 at the 22. Snap back. It's going to be a little zone read. This time Nussmeier going to the far side. He's inside the 20. He's knocked out of bounds at about the 18, gain of 5. Nice job by Gavin Huffman that time, helping seal the end to let Nussmeier get some decent yards out of that. Going to be a gain of 4 at the 18.
And you can see the speed of Nussmeier as well. He's sneaky athletic, right? And he all of a sudden just starts pulling away from everybody.
He doesn't have,
kind of like J.J. McCarthy.
Well, he doesn't have okay, Michigan man. He doesn't have that typical straight line speed, but he's 6'4", 6'5", and he's got long legs. He takes long strides. That's exactly right, and that's how he's able to get going when he carries the ball. And looks like we're going to have another timeout. I think Marcus may have called this one as well. Maybe they didn't have things set up like they wanted to. So they're down to 1 timeout left here in half number 1. We'll go ahead and keep it here as it's 2nd and 6. You got to, if you're the Marauders here, since you kind of shot yourself in the foot on the previous possession, or the possession before last, settling for that field goal when you probably should have scored a touchdown. After your defense finally gets a stop, you got to take advantage of this here because you know Pearce is going to get the ball to start the second half. Extending this to a 2-score lead, I think, is very important for this game.
Well, what you said there is the key. Pearce is getting the ball. So what you want to do, Marcus, and you can see by the way they're calling plays, is they want to score and not give Pearce a whole lot of time.
Right.
Pearce is not a team that is built to score fast. We've seen that.
Right, they are not, unless they get somebody
But you don't
loose
want to
in
give
the
them the
open field,
opportunity and double dip, as we say. So they want to score and then get to half and then go ahead and kick off the ball and give them their opportunity, but you don't want them to double dip.
Now they come out of the timeout off the sideline. Empty set in the backfield. Nussmeier drops back out of the shotgun, and he is going to go ahead and tuck it and run. He's going to have the first down. It lowers a shoulder into a defender and goes out of bounds at the 9. That's going to be a gain of 9, setting up 1st and goal.
Well, excellent decision. Everyone's covered downfield. Susco's double covered. There's even a guy playing underneath of all that. There's only a 3-man rush. The last time they brought a 3-man rush, Nussmeier took off and ran. That's what he does there. He kind of fools number 4 because he looks like he could throw 4, backs up, and then Nussmeier takes off and gets the first down.
That's Brody Ross, the senior outside linebacker. You're right. He kept that ball up around his shoulder until he got to the line of scrimmage and then took off, and that made Ross back off.
I mean, I've seen Matthew Stafford pump fake in the middle of the field, so.
Handoff on 1st and goal to McKnight. He's trying to get the corner. He's going to get a few yards before he gets knocked out of bounds. The defense finally ganged up on him and knocked him out at about the 6 for a gain of 3. The only bad part about that is the fact that he got knocked out of bounds.
Yeah, and for the second time tonight, his helmet came off.
Yeah,
we need to fix the chin strap there. Tighten that thing up a little bit. That's 2 times tonight his helmet has come off, and that means he's got to come out for a play.
Yep. 2nd and goal now at the 6 for the Marauders. There's 1:07 to go here in the first half. And, of course, they can take, their play clock's running, but the game clock isn't, so taking their time.
Pearce with 2 timeouts, so you certainly want to run this down as much as you can.
Francis in the backfield and play action. Nussmeier's going to fire one into the end zone, and that's an easy catch and grab in the back end zone to a wide open Bear Kogler for a touchdown.
And Kogler making up for the earlier drop. Already had a nice little zone catch on the last drive, and here it's just a little play action, and the tight end he doesn't even delay. He just runs straight. Nobody guards him. Completely blown coverage.
Yep.
Perfect ball. Sometimes when your receiver's that wide open, it's hard to get him the ball. Nice throw. Great drive by this offense. Perfect execution.
Extra point from Diaz is up and good. First touchdown of the year for Bear Kogler, the sophomore, and the Marauders have that 2-score lead with 1:03 to go. 24-14 Marcus. We will take a break. This is Marcus Football Night.
I've been practicing law for 30 years. I have said one phrase more than any other. Why didn't you call me sooner? There are ways to accomplish the same goals in litigation from a perspective of finding solutions to complex problems as opposed to winning. I firmly believe that if you think you need a lawyer, you need to come in and talk to one. We would be more than happy to guide you so that you don't have to guess.
The Mustangs take advantage of the good punt return from Austin Allen, setting them up in plus territory, and they take a 24-14 lead. Again, a high, shortish kickoff fielded at the 12, out past the 20, and then the defense gangs up the return team, and we're going to have a flag coming in late as the tackle was made by number 17, Evan Sachs, and that time on the return man.
Sorry, Jacob. Austin Allen in a little entanglement where the flag was thrown, and he is limping off the field. Hope he's okay.
And again, that was Ethan Jamison on the return that time. Got about 5 yards, I should say, on the return. But we're going to have a penalty. Let's see what this is. Flag was thrown right at the end of the play. Oh, wow. Unsportsmanlike conduct against Marcus. That's the third 15-yard penalty here in this first half against the Marauders. You had the pass interference, you had a roughing the passer, and now a personal foul or unsportsmanlike conduct penalty. They marked it from the 22 out to the 37. So now a chance for Pearce to get something going. Play action from Roseberry, who's back in the game. He fires one up the far side, and that's knocked away. Great job that time by Brady Moore to time his jump and break up the pass attempt as he was trying to get that ball to, I believe that was number 11, Ethan Jamison. That Roseberry was trying to get it was number 18, Mason Gardner, who made a big catch earlier in this half.
Really a nice throw as well, just a great breakup at the last minute.
2nd and 10 now at the 37-yard line. But yeah, you're right. I thought that was a good throw from Roseberry, just a better defensive play.
You need to hold on to that if you're the receiver.
And now they're trying to get some things set. I guess they had to get the ball set right. Bunch formation at the top of the formation here. Snap back to Roseberry. Here comes the blitz. Pass is deflected and intercepted. And this is Easton Mitchell. He's in the open field, and he is going to take it back to the house. Brady Moore and Easton Mitchell team up for a pick six, and the Marauders now have a 3-score lead.
Well, I can't wait to see the replay to see if the ball was tipped or if he simply overthrows the receiver. The ball is tipped, which overthrows the running back and right into Easton Mitchell's hands, and he knows what to do with the ball when he gets it. Go to the house, and now the Marauders double dip at the end of the second quarter. Unbelievable.
And, you know, it was just that naked blitz from Brady Moore. He comes in, and when he goes up in the air, he gets a hand on that ball. Extra point is up and good. 2 touchdowns in 24 seconds apart for the Marauders, and suddenly they have a 3-score lead. It's 31-14. Wow.
Well, you can't be happier. In the dress rehearsal game, everything is going your way outside of one sequence of plays at the end of one drive where you had to settle for a field goal. And I'll tell you, I said it then, I'll say it now, I don't think you're settling at that point because that's something you need to work on. You don't get a lot of opportunities if you're Marcus to kick field goals. That could change in district play.
And what about Brady Moore on these last 2 defensive possessions? He had the blitz on the previous possession that threw off the timing on first down.
Yes.
When they had the backup quarterback in, even though he didn't make the sack, he threw off the timing of the play. Now on this possession, on back-to-back plays, he makes huge plays, knocking the pass down on the far sideline and then coming in on the blitz on second down and getting a piece of the ball to allow Easton Mitchell to take it to the house.
Well, he's one of the seniors, and you have to imagine how important this season is, particularly to your seniors. So Brady Moore, one of those guys that's going to give you his everything every single night. And this is what Coach wanted to see. He wanted to see guys step up and compete hard tonight, and that's exactly what he's getting.
And I was so concerned about where he was trying to go with the ball. I didn't see where he picked that ball off at, so I don't have a distance yardage on the interception return. My apologies. A high, this time deeper kick from Santiago Diaz will be fair caught at the 6. You know what impressed me as much as anything else was Easton Mitchell was able to run away, from both the quarterback Evan Roseberry and the running back Jeremiah Lyons. They were not able. They were not able to. When we know both those guys are fast. Though they were not able to run him down from behind.
I'll tell you, Easton Mitchell has been a standout guy this entire preseason. All these games that we've seen so far, he's been involved in everything. It's really good to see him get rewarded like that with the pick 6. But he's been all over the place, making big tackles from the secondary and making pass breakup as well. Looking forward to watching what he's going to do the rest of the year.
That pick 6 was in the 45-yard range. I don't exactly know exactly what. Exactly. That's a good sentence there, Jake. Yes,
I don't remember where he caught the ball.
No English.
Right.
But it was in that range around the 45-yard distance on the pick 6 from Easton Mitchell. 1st and 10, play action. Roseberry steps up. He fires one deep up the near side and overshoots everybody that time. Oh, and now we have a late flag coming in. He was trying to get Justin Rodriguez on a fade route.
You can see
Dustin, not Justin.
Marcus's defense is bringing the heat. They're not worried about them throwing the ball downfield at all. They are bringing linebackers.
Well, but they need to quit being so grabby on the outside, because that's the second pass interference penalty of the ball game, as it looks like Easton Mitchell is going to get caught for a grab.
Which I didn't see, Jacob. I'd like to see the replay on that one, because I didn't see a grab at the top of the route.
And the pass was way overthrown, so it must have been as the ball was in mid-flight, because the pass was well overthrown. But if you grab the ball in mid-flight, they're going to throw that every time, or grab the player in mid-flight. You're going to get that flag every time. Looks like according to what I'm seeing online here, it was a 41-yard pick 6 from Mitchell. That pass is complete into Marcus territory. It's a really good throw that time over the underneath coverage, as he was able to connect with Tate Achikowski into Marcus territory at the 45-yard line, a 15-yard catch.
That's the best throw of the night that we've seen from Roseberry. He goes over the linebacker. He's able to get that ball over the linebacker in front of the corner. Really tough throw to make, and he made it look easy.
1st and 10 now for Pearce. 29 seconds to go here in the first half, and the Mustangs still have 2 timeouts, so they have plenty of time here to at the very least, get in field goal range. They spread it out, shotgun formation. Snap back, Roseberry dropping back. Here comes the pressure. He steps up, and he's going to get brought down. The pressure gets to him. He can't get away from it, and the Marauders have another sack. It's Liam Hoskins this time getting the sack, but what made that was the blitz.
Yeah, Ryan San Miguel comes right through, and he makes him step up in the pocket, and then it's just a host of Marauders there to take him down. Good team defense.
Very much so. You're right. San Miguel flushed him up into the pocket, and Liam Hoskins wrapped him up for the 3-yard loss.
Well, you love to see that. Liam was a big piece of this defense a year ago. He had a little injury or exhaustion, I guess you might say, in the first game, but he came back last week, was playing well. He's been a staple on this defensive line for 2 years now.
Hoskins, I would argue, might be, at least this year, might be the most important guy on that defensive line for the Marauders, especially given the fact that right now, you've got the sophomore Landon Wintermute filling in at nose tackle until Tanasi Yeager can return.
And we don't know when that will be. We hope that will be in 2 weeks.
They hope to get him back, as well as defensive end Lamar Lewis back after the bye for the Louisville game.
That could change the whole complexion of the defense as well.
Yeah, on depth alone.
Yeah.
You get some experienced depth because they're both seniors. 2nd and 13 now with 22 seconds to go at the Marauder 48-yard line. Snap back. Roseberry's going to fire one deep, but a miscommunication, and his receiver cut off the route, and that's going to fall incomplete in no man's land.
I can't even really speculate on what he was trying to do, because there is no receiver, no defender, almost to the point where he's still in the pocket. I wonder why there's not an intentional grounding.
Well, he wasn't being pressured. I think that's part of the reason why, but he was expecting Mason Gardner, number 18, I think, to run a deep route there, and he cut it off on a curl. At least that's what it looked like from here. Third now and 13 at the 48. 16 seconds left. Snap back to Roseberry. He's going to fire one to the near side and overshoots everybody. That one just sailed on him as he was trying to hit Tate Achikoski on the near side.
Roseberry doing his very best to stay in that pocket and get rid of the ball, but he's got some big guys coming at him. Listen, I'm 5'10", and when I play quarterback, I know what he's going through back there. It's hard to get rid of that ball sometimes, and he is going through it when they're bringing this pressure.
And they're going to keep the offense on the field, understandably, with only 12 seconds left in the half. 4th and 13 at the Marauder 48. See if they can get a first down and call their final timeout. Split back shotgun set here for Pearce, and we may see a quick kick here. I just saw him back up, and that's what we're going to see. Smart play, just a little quick kick. And it's going to roll inside the 15 down to about the 11, and time will run out on the play for the first half. So that's smart.
Outstanding call, Jacob.
Outstanding call.
Coach Jacob in the house.
Well, I saw him look to the sideline and then step back like 2 yards. I was like, oh, here we go, quick kick. We've seen it before. We know.
I love your awareness. Your awareness is on 100 tonight.
Well, that's where being the son of a coach helps.
There you go.
You know, I've been around football my whole life too, even though I didn't really play it very much. All right, we are at the half here at Eagle Mustang Stadium in Richardson, and the Marauders, with a very strong close to half number one, go into the locker room with a 17-point lead. They lead the Pearce Mustangs 31-14. We're going to take a break here, Tim and I on the broadcast team. If we get the Marcus Band is about to play. If we get some homecoming ceremonies from Pearce, which is always a good thing to show, we'll bring those to you. Otherwise, we're going to take a little break here, and we'll be back here in a little bit for half number 2. This is Marcus Football Night. Welcome back, Marauder fans, to Eagle Mustang Stadium here in Richardson. We got a few minutes left before the end of the half as the Mustangs are now out on the field. The Marauders have not come back out yet. Jacob Dedamore, Tim Smith here with you. And real quick, just want to update you on what's going on elsewhere in District 5-6A with all the teams that we like to follow here, or 6-6A, I should say, my bad. Last night, the Louisville Fighting Farmers, who the Marauders will open up with in 2 weeks in the Battle of the Axe, they went to 3-0 on the season in 5-6A as they beat Rockwall by a score of 28-21. Louisville is looking very strong here early in the season. Coppell came into this game. Coppell and Marcus and Braswell all had their games washed out last week with the weather that came through. Coppell technically coming in at 1-0 tonight. And right now, they are all over Arlington Bowie at the half by a score of 40-7. So they're on their way to going to 2-0. The Geyer Wildcats come in at 1-1 tonight. Lost their season opener in a close one to Aledo on the road. But last week bounced back with a 41-21 win over Arlington Martin. And right now, the Geyer Wildcats are up on North Crowley at halftime, 20-14 up in Denton. North Crowley, that would be a bit of an upset for Geyer, I think, if they're able to pull that one off. North Crowley, especially coming off of that big win last week over DeSoto. So that would be a big upset if Geyer's able to hold on, and Geyer, again, 1-1 coming into the season. Flower Mound also coming in at 1-1. They right now are having a lot of problems. They are at home tonight in Flower Mound, and they are losing at the half to Lake Highlands by a score of 24-3. Hebron tonight also coming in at 1-1. They are down at home at the half to Lancaster by a score of 14-10. Close one there. We mentioned Braswell, who came in at 0-1 after getting washed out last week. They are getting handled right now on the road at Royce City, 30-14. They are losing at the half out in Royce City. And Little Elm, going to be a real struggle for Little Elm this year. They're 0-2 coming into tonight. They're on the road. Don't have a score update in that one. They're taking on Berkner High School tonight. We just don't have a score, but again, coming in at 0-2. So just a little quick update of what's going on in 5-6A. Tim, coming back, we know that the Mustangs are going to get the ball here to start half number 2, but man, how this game turned so quickly in the final 2 minutes of that first half.
Yeah, Marcus gets the touchdown offensively, and then they get the break defensively with a tip ball. Ends up going into the hands of a defender for a pick 6. That's how you want to end a half. Why not? You had a close game. Pearce is doing exactly what we said they would do. They're in those bunch formations. They're running a lot of misdirection type of run plays with a little bit of passing mixed in. Marcus has had a hard time defensively kind of slowing that down. All of a sudden, a little shot in the arm of momentum. Now you get in the locker room, you make some adjustments, and we're going to see which team made the better adjustments here as we start the third quarter, especially with Pearce getting the ball. See how they're going to control this misdirection game coming up in the second half.
It was Easton Mitchell with that 41-yard pick 6 to give the Marauders a 31-14 lead as Santiago Diaz lines it up here for the kick. This one is high and fairly deep, and it is going to be fair caught. It's actually going to travel about a yard deep into the end zone, and it'll be at the 25-yard line for the Mustangs. Some stats from halftime. The Marauders outgained the Mustangs by a score, by a count of 231 to 151 in that first half. The big number that in the negative for the Marauders, first half, 7 penalties for 100 yards in penalty yardage. That is going to be something I guarantee was sticking in the craw of Coach Alexander at halftime.
Well, we've been talking about that, in all honesty, all 3 weeks. Even last week in the shortened game, there were some flags. That's something that, Coach Alexander really wants to clean up, because his teams are usually very, very disciplined and not known for getting a lot of flags. Something you need cleaned up before district play.
1st and 10 for the Mustangs here as they get started at their own 25. Roseberry in at quarterback. Handoff and blasted in the backfield is number 1, Jeremiah Lyons. That was the defensive end, senior Will Harrison, number 33, who met him as soon as he got the ball from Roseberry and gets dropped for a 2-yard loss.
Yeah, no trickery from the Mustangs here. Very rare they've done this. They just have one pulling guard. They try to run a little power zone play to the right, and Marcus all in the backfield with a host of tacklers.
2nd and 12, and now they're running a little misdirection. It's a double reverse almost, and they get it to Lyons, who picks his way through the defense and gets about 10 yards out to the 33. They literally did 2 pitches behind the line of scrimmage right there.
So much going on.
A pop pass followed by a handoff. It was almost like a double. It was a double reverse because of the 2 handoffs, but they were only about 2 yards apart.
And they literally have offensive linemen going in every direction. So from a defensive standpoint, whatever your key is, oh, gosh.
And here we come with that empty backfield play. Here comes the motion from the end man. This time they fake it. They hand it off to Lyons, but the Marauder defense is there. It's going to be very close. That looks like they stopped him about a half yard short. That time they faked it to Rodriguez as he came in the circle motion off the up back position and handed it to Lyons, but the Marauder defense was ready.
Well, that looked like old-time football where you'd have 2 running backs in the backfield. You kind of fake a pitch to the tailback, and then you come back under with the fullback trap. They try to come back under with that quick trap, but Marcus able to swallow it up.
And the Mustangs are going to go for it on 4th and less than a yard at their own 34. Little pitch back, and they're going to get the first down barely as Rodriguez this time does take the pitch off the circle motion and is able to get a couple of yards upfield to move the chains.
Same exact play we saw down in the end zone that they ran for a touchdown. They ran that play twice, 2 out of 3 times. They run it here again for the first down. So if they're not going to run a tush push for a yard, that's their go-to play in under a yard, it seems like, because they've done it a lot here tonight.
Well, and the previous play on 3rd down, they ran the same play but faked it and went with the underneath. Handoff this time to Lyons coming over the left side. He's got room, and he gets barely tripped up. That might have been a very huge gain-saving tackle that time by number 21, Gage Patrick, as he tripped up Lyons as he was about to get into the open field.
There you can see a receiver coming around with a tight end. They come in a loop motion to help block, so you had the lead blockers. You're right. If he doesn't just get tripped up right there at the very end of that play, he might be 88 and out of the gate.
Yeah, Gage Patrick with potentially a touchdown-saving tackle. 5-yard gain, 2nd and 5 now at the 42 for the Mustangs. And again, a little reverse action coming around the near side and into the open field. Nice hit at the end, but it's going to be a first down after a gain of about 10 yards. And down on the play is the ball carriers. He got hit hard. That time it was number 20, Will Grimsley, who after the fake handoff took the end around coming around the near side. And yeah, Pearce is sticking with it, trying to just get guys' eyes going all different directions here.
Yeah, and so far Marcus still hasn't really figured out what to do. And I tell you, I've never been in a defensive meeting room, so I don't know what to do to stop this.
10-yard gain there. Now they have a little play action screen to the outside. Oh, nice job on a missed tackle and into the open field. And again, another great open field tackle that time, as I believe it was Will Harrison who made the tackle on number 18, Mason Gardner, who made a man miss behind the line as they read the screen initially, and Easton Mitchell came up, but Gardner just made him miss.
What makes this play so successful is that you have 2 people from the left side of the line pulling to the right, pulling attention, and then screening back left.
Roseberry in motion as he rolls out and dumps a pass off for a short gain after the 10-yard catch and run by Gardner. This time he finds Rodriguez out of the slot for about 4 yards down to the Marcus 34.
Yeah, back to the play previous, because we showed you the replay, but to understand that your tight end and your guard are pulling to the right and you're throwing a bubble screen back to the left. Unbelievable design.
2nd and 6 now as Pearce is on the move. Fake an end around handoff, then pitch it behind the line, and this time Marcus is in position, and they make the tackle for a loss of about 5 yards. They fake a handoff to Rodriguez and then pitch it to Gardner, who's trailing behind him. That's a very creative design.
Sometimes it's too much.
But sometimes you can do a little too much, and that play had a little too much because you brought the defenders that way already with the fake handoff.
Yeah, so we've seen the sweep, the power sweep. We've seen the fake sweep with the underneath trap. That time they come with the fake sweep, fake underneath trap, reverse, and just too much. They tried to set it up. I'll give them credit. They ran the right sequence to set it up, but the Marauder defense not fooled.
Yeah, and it was a 6-yard loss on the play, and now we have a timeout from the Pearce Mustangs as they are now in a 3rd and 12 situation. Again, no doubt for me that this is 4-down territory for them since they went for it already once on their own 34-yard line. But, yeah, going back to that previous play, I love the creativity of this offense and how they try to get the ball to multiple people and, open up holes to run through, but with misdirection. That time, yeah, as we said, sometimes you can be a little too creative. It's like when you're faking a handoff, a little play-action zone read style handoff in one direction, so the defense already starts to move that way, and then you pitch it to a guy trailing who's going that same way. It seems to me like you're kind of defeating your own purpose there.
Yeah, I mean, to pull that off, so many people, and when I say so many, all 11 have to do exactly what they're supposed to do, have to block exactly who they're supposed to block, and everything has to run smoothly. It's just, again, sometimes you're doing a little too much. But Pearce is also, you can see they're trying to work on some stuff as they get ready for their district play as well.
3rd and 12 now, and this is where the Marauders want them in long yardage situations. They're going to spread it out here in the shotgun. Roseberry dropping back, getting pressured, rolling to his right, and now he's going to have to take off, and he's going to get brought down. Did a good job of avoiding a loss, but it was only able to get about 4 yards down to the 36, and so they will, the offense will stay on the field, but it's still 4th and long.
4th and long, and they're going to go ahead and go for this, it looks like. But we could see another one of those sneaky quick kicks.
I think when you're down 17 here in the 3rd quarter, you might as well go for this because you're kind of in no man's land territory, being at the 36-yard line. Now, they are going to run the clock. It looks like they're running the clock down. No, they're going to go ahead and call it. They had 5 coaches on the field giving signals that time. So here we go, 4th and 8 at the Marcus 36, opening possession of the 3rd quarter.
No quick kick. He did not take 2 steps backwards yet.
And now they're going to call timeout.
So they want to get the look. They want to get the look. They want to see what they're going up against.
Yeah, they want
to call timeout and figure out what they want to do.
The only problem is now they've used 2 timeouts on this possession. Here in the 3rd quarter, they're already down to 1, and they've kind of set themselves up. Like I said, I think they kind of have to go for it here just because they're down 3 scores already. If you're Pearce, you really need a touchdown on this opening drive because they haven't stopped Marcus yet offensively.
They haven't, and but again, if you don't get it, now you've put Marcus in really good field position as usual. But I think you're right. I mean, again, non-district game. You're trying to get ready for 2 weeks from now.
But you're also still trying to win.
You're trying to win, but that's how you go for it.
Yeah.
You try to win. Be aggressive, extra aggressive tonight.
Be aggressive. B-E aggressive. Both teams now come back out from their sidelines. As we set it up here for a 4th and 8, Pearce at the Marcus 36. Going to go in a shotgun. 2 receivers up top, single receiver at the bottom. Play action. Roseberry rolling to his left. Now steps up, fires one, pass is caught, and it's going to be a 1st down. He dumped it off to the underneath man who leaked out of there late, and he found him. It was his tight end, his sophomore tight end, number 89, Joshua Lanch, who leaked out late, caught the pass and turned upfield and got enough for the 1st down.
And what a nifty throw. You saw he almost knelt down to get that ball through.
10 yards on the catch. Handoff up the middle, inside the 25, down to near the 20 by Jeremiah Lyons. Solid gain. They're going to mark him at the 20, just inside the 21. Gain of about 5.5.
Lyons has been somewhat quiet tonight. He's been their leading rusher throughout the year, but they've been getting the ball in the hands of so many different personnel. We just haven't seen him break out quite yet.
And a little bit of an injury for Pearce as one of the offensive linemen comes off the field. Looked like maybe number 50, Aaron Martinez, who came off. He's the starting left tackle on this team. Number 71, Lachlan McCarthy, I believe, is who checks in for him. Handoff again to Lyons, trying to dance his way through, finds a little bit of room, but then it gets shut down after about 3 yards, going to set up 3rd and 2.
They haven't had a lot of success, the Mustangs, when they've been running straight line plays, right? Without a lot of misdirection and movement and motion. the straight line plays, like the straight handoff power type of play, hasn't been very effective for them here tonight.
Great job by Cole Schott on that play, working around the blocker to make the tackle and make this a third down. The other thing that's bad for Pearce on this possession is they've really had to work their way down the field, not getting any real big chunks at all, and we're already almost 7 minutes into the third quarter.
And 2 timeouts used.
And 2 timeouts they've had to use. 3rd and 2 from the 18 of Marcus.
Not exactly a master class in time management on this particular drive.
And they just had to call their 3rd timeout. Or is this no, it was a delay. Never mind, I thought they called timeout, but I think they were like, well, we can't use our 3rd timeout on this one possession. So they just had to take a delay, and that's going to back it up and make it 3rd and 7.
You get the feeling they're just trying to empty the tank to score on this drive, and now they're really going through it.
Yeah,
here for the last few plays.
And I think there's been a little indecision as to what they want to run on certain plays, and that's, I think, what caused the timeouts earlier and caused the delay here, is getting the signals in and getting the play called.
Which is odd, because coming out of the third quarter, you've had all that time to talk. You'd think you would know exactly what you were going to do coming on this first drive.
Now it's 3rd and 7. Snap back to Roseberry. He's going to fire one near side. Pass is knocked away. Easton Mitchell reaching in front of the intended receiver as he was trying to get it once again to his sophomore tight end, Joshua Lanch, who is in the starting lineup for the starter, Luke Drachenberg, who is injured, the junior. But a great play once again by Easton Mitchell.
You love how Easton Mitchell comes up. He makes tackles. He makes pass breakups. And I'll tell you, if that ball was just another yard inside, that's a second pick 6 for him tonight.
Parker Gordon on for the field goal, and that kick is up. It's got the distance, but it is no good. A 40-yard field goal attempt misses wide. And the Marcus Marauders, after giving up some yards, they bend but they don't break. And a 7.5-minute possession by the Mustangs comes up with no points.
Well, disastrous drive. The first drive of the third quarter is always the most important, especially when you're down 31-14. And what happens, 31-14. But what happens is when you come out and you take that much time, you use 2 timeouts, you empty the bag with the play calling, you put yourself in a real bad position to come back, especially if Marcus can come down here and get one more score.
So 1st and 10 for the Marauders at their own 23-yard line. That's where they'll start. Nussmeier in the shotgun with McKnight offset to his right. Snap back, Nussmeier looking, throws near side. Pass is caught outside the 35 up near the 40. First catch of the night by Luke Susko, the big 6'6" guard who is now playing football his senior year, but it's a catch and run of 16 yards.
Yeah, just perfect timing route. This was never going anywhere else but Susko. He gets it over the backer, in front of the backside safety. Nice, perfectly placed football. And Susko with a nice catch. He's trying to settle into that role.
16 yards on the catch and run. Little end around, little pop pass to Austin Allen, going around the far side, and he breaks a couple of tackles and gets out to the 45 for a gain of 6. Nice, tough run by the senior slot receiver.
Yeah, he doesn't get a lot of carries like that on the inside. Nice way for him to show some toughness. We know he's got the speed. He had a little limp earlier in the game. Nice to see that he is without that limp now. Might have just got a little twist up on the ankle or something, but he looks great now.
2nd and 6 now for the Marauders at their own 45. Already down to 3.5 minutes to go here in the third quarter. 2 receivers to the near side. Now Mayfield goes in motion. Handoff to McKnight. And this time he's going to get stood up. Great job filling the gaps that time by the defensive front of Pearce. As in on that tackle that time was the inside linebacker Will Miltenberger, number 0.
A rare stop at the line of scrimmage for either defense here tonight. That's the first time we've seen McKnight get stood up. There was just a lot of people in the same exact spot.
No gain. 3rd and 4 now for the Marauders. Lining up in a 5-man front. Little play action pass is going to be caught by Mayfield. A sliding grab just inside of Pearce territory at the 48, but it moves the chains for 7 yards.
So we've seen this formation quite a bit, and we usually see when Nussmeier comes out that he will run in this formation, but this time he gets his receiver on a little in and out route. They fake the running back going the other way to get a little misdirection look, and another perfectly thrown ball. Nussmeier is excellent, like I said, going to his left and throwing on the run. 1st
and 10 at the Pearce 48. Bunch formation up top with 3 receivers. Snap back. They throw it that way. It's caught by Belton, and he's going around the outside. He's got a lot of yards, but a flag is down. I think this one may be coming back as they were setting up the bubble screen. Looks like we've got a hold on one of the receivers on the outside.
That's so tough. You have that. You have a really press man coverage on that little bunch, and you're going to block, but your defender is so close to you, you have to be able to get that block and engage right away. It's hard not to hold in that situation.
Yep, and that is the call. So that was right at the line of scrimmage, so that'll back it up 10 yards to the Marcus 42, where it'll be, actually it looks like they marked it off 9 yards. It was a yard past the line of scrimmage, so it'll be 1st and 19 back in Marcus territory.
That could be a drive killer for most offenses, but Marcus has overcome this more than once during these 3-game skid.
They go 4 wide, shotgun spread here on 1st and 19. Snap back for Nussmeier, fires one over the middle, and it's through the hands of Bear Kogler. The pass was a little bit high, but again, he got his hands on it, and that's one you want your tight end to make the grab on.
Yeah, Coach Alexander wanted to see more out of Kogler tonight, and he has to some extent, but the 2 drops not going to sit well, even though that was a little high, but we got to pull that down, and I think he knows that.
2nd down now. And I'm sure Nussmeier will look at that and realize that pass sailed on him just a little bit.
Yeah, got to get that down. Protect your guy when you're throwing over the middle.
Again, spread formation with trips to the near side, but now Belton comes in motion out of the empty set and goes into the backfield. Snap back to Nussmeier. Here comes the pressure. It's a screen to Belton. He's got 2 blockers out in front. He's got room to run inside the 40, and he's going to get the 1st down. Gain of 20 on 2nd and 19 on a beautifully set up screen by the Marauders.
You said it, beautifully set up screen. You've got the motion man, you've got a 3-man front, so you know there's a lot of defenders behind it, but Pearce comes with an extra linebacker. That leaves the running back open for the screen. You got 2 big linemen, Wallet's one of them, and you're going down. You've already got receivers engaged with blockers. Just a really well done screenplay for the running back.
Well, and a nice strong run by Belton at the end as he got about an extra 4 or 5 yards after contact. And a little bit of, and some bad news here for Pearce is coming off the field after staying down on the play and coming off limping is the 2-way starter, Jeremiah Lyons, as he got injured somewhere on the back side of that play and stayed down on the field. And he came off under his own power, but definitely limping, and he is not happy right now because now hopefully he's okay. He's now on the bench, and the trainers are going to check him out, but he came off a little gingerly at the end of that play.
Well, not only is he the 2-way starter, he's the leading rusher on this Pearce team.
1st and 10 at the 37 of Pearce. Play action, pass down, caught by Allen, and hangs on to it after a big hit. A great pop by the other 2-way starter, Josh Debedos, who laid the wood on Austin Allen, but he hung on to that pass.
Once again, just a little 10-yard out route from that inside spot. Nussmeier rolling to his left, so good at throwing on the run when he's rolling out to his left, and they have not been able to find a way to close that down defensively yet.
Gain of about 14 on the catch by Allen. 1st and 10, bunch formation up top with the trips receivers. Going to be a handoff to the backside, and Carter Francis is in the open field and into the end zone. They ran away from the trips formation. The hole opened up, and Carter Francis took it to the house. Touchdown, Marcus.
Once they get their blocks at the point of attack, there's simply no defenders on this side of the field because everyone's worried about the bunch side looking for a screen. The linebacker comes up and comes too deep. He can't possibly make the tackle, and then it's off to the races because all the DBs are on the left side of the field where the bunch is.
Unfortunately for the Marauders on this play, one of the linemen that was out blocking in front, it was the right guard Matthew Willett who pulled out in front of that, and he is right now down at about the 15, 16-yard line and being attended to by the training staff. We'll go ahead and take a break as they attend to Matthew Willett. It is 37 to 14 Marcus with the extra point to come. This is Marcus football night.
The State Farm Personal Price Plan helps you create an affordable price just for you.
Contact Mike Bean for your personal price plan today.
Sideline Spirit Co. is the fresh, reimagined way to do fan gear, born out of the heart of a Marauders mom. What started in the stands as ideas has grown into the official fan gear partner of Marcus Football. From hoodies and hats to game day essentials supporting the red, black, and silver, Sideline Spirit Co. brings a crisp, new look to Friday Night Lights. Every purchase supports our Marauders. Pick up your gear at the next home game in the north corner of the stadium. Look for the merch trailer. Follow at the Sideline Spirits Co. on Instagram and Facebook for what's up and coming, and visit us online at thesidelinespiritco.com. Are you looking to team up and need custom merch? Reach out to Whitney at thesidelinespiritco.com. Good luck to Team 40. Let's go, Marcus.
Jacob Dedamore, Tim Smith back here with you at Eagle Mustang Stadium in Richardson. And Matthew Willett is still down on the field around the 16, and he's being attended to by trainers from both benches. Now, he has rolled over onto his back and was moving around, but when he first went down, he was laying down on his stomach face down. And, it makes you wonder what happened. We didn't actually see it on the play. Maybe we have a replay of that touchdown run once again. No, we don't have it still. Okay. But now he's sitting up, which is a good sign. But, he was out there lead blocking as he pulled out in front of Carter Francis. I mean, maybe he just had kind of a helmet-to-helmet collision with whoever he was trying to block, and we don't know. So we just know he was down and face down on the field for a minute or two, and then now he has been rolled over and sitting up. So that's a good sign.
Certainly hope it's nothing serious. Doesn't seem to be. He's been a beast all night long.
Yeah, he's definitely one of the leaders on that offensive line.
He has had more than one pancake, and at least one with extra syrup and butter on it, and all the fixings. So.
And there's a good sign as he is now up on his feet, was pulled up by the trainers, and he is walking off under his own power. That's very good to see that Matthew Willett, at least for the moment, seems to be somewhat okay.
And, with the district play just 2 weeks from now, that might be the end of his night. Just for precautionary reasons.
Well, and there's only
we'll see.
Yeah, there's only a minute to go here in the third quarter. The extra point is about to come for the Marauders after the 24-yard touchdown run by Carter Francis, which is his first touchdown run of the season. And it's now with the extra point to come. It'll be 38-14 if Santiago Diaz goes ahead and connects on this. Snap is down, kick is up, and the kick is good. So there's a minute 1 to go here in quarter number 3. The Marauders now in full control, up by 24 points. Still technically a 3-score game, but, the maximum you can get on a 3-score lead. And I tell you what, after giving up that drive but not giving up any points on the missed field goal from 40 yards out for Pierce, they take that ball and they go 77 yards right down the field. And once again, the Marauder offense has not been stopped tonight other than their own miscue down inside the goal line on the field goal drive.
And they still connected on a field goal. So they've scored on all their drives out here tonight. And you have to think with the Mustangs, seemingly down their number one rusher. He is up now, walking on the sideline, so you wonder if he'll be back. But
Jeremiah Lyons, yes.
This offense doesn't appear to be a quick strike type of offense. We've talked about that.
Yeah.
It's going to be very, very tough to be able to have the ball enough times to score enough to make a comeback of any kind.
Yeah, I mean, we've talked about this. They are a primarily running football team, and the passes, for the most part, that they're successful with are short, quick strikes. They are not a down-the-field offense in their passing attack. Diaz with the kick deep, and it's going to land a couple of yards deep in the end zone, and the Mustangs will start on their own 25. Great job there by Carter Francis. Again, that was his first rushing touchdown of the season. Cade McKnight has 2 scores tonight. Nussmeier's got 1 through the air, where he connected with Bear Kogler. And Austin Allen, we mentioned him earlier. He's having a heck of a night. He's already up, unofficially, of course, up to 107 yards receiving on 6 catches. And, of course, he also had a 20-yard punt return, which set them up in plus territory towards the end of the first half, which they took advantage of. Handoff on first down, going over the left side. Not much room there as Lions is not on the field to start this drive. It is number 25, the sophomore, Cole Morgan, gets about a yard before he gets brought down.
And Ryan San Miguel, who's been an integral part of this defense all night, he comes up and lays a wallop right here, right in the hole, along with
Liam Hoskins.
With Liam Hoskins there. Thank you. What a great play.
Snap back, Roseberry, backside throw. Pass is caught, but he is down right now as Cole's shot was right there on the sophomore tight end, number 89, Joshua Lanch, and only a gain of 2. Great defense that time.
0 opportunity for anything to go on that play. A little roll right, throw back left. They did that in the first half with some success. Not that time. That's just a matter of knowing your area and playing very good team defense.
3rd and 7 now, and they're going to let the clock run out with the Mustangs here on the 3rd quarter. So we go to the final frame, and the Marauders are in control. They lead the Pearce Mustangs by a score of 38-14. We'll be back for the final quarter. This is Marcus Football Night.
Are you ready to score big in the game of home ownership? Southern Collective Realty is here to get you into the end zone of your dream home. Hi, I'm Amy Turner, and I'm the broker and owner of Southern Collective Realty. I've been a Marcus mom for the last 6 amazing years and a great supporter of the Marauders.
I'm Sarah Grant, and I'm proud to be a Marauder mom and aunt. Together we bring in over 20 years of experience in Flower Mound and surrounding areas. Southern Collective Realty, where every home purchase is a victory.
Ready to kick off your search? Give us a call today.
Jacob Dedamore, Tim Smith here with you at Eagle Mustang Stadium on the campus of Richardson High School here in Richardson, Texas. We go to quarter number 4. The Marauders up 38-14 over the Pearce Mustangs, and it is 3rd and 7 for the Mustangs at their own 28 here. Shotgun formation, snap back, Roseberry, play action. He's going to fire one deep up the far side, and it is way overthrown. Looked like a little bit of miscommunication maybe, as that was Josh Devidos he was looking at, and he fired that one up high, and Devidos kind of stopped his route.
And it looks like we're going to get our another punt here tonight. But, yeah, it looked like a miscommunication at some point. But, again, there's a lot of pressure. And you've seen this a few times tonight where the ball just gets kind of thrown up in an area. Hope and a prayer type of situation. And
well, we talked about it. The downfield passing game is not their strength. It is number 4, Brody Ross, on to punt. He's had 1 punt in the game tonight, and that one was the snap bounced back to him, and he did a great job just to get it away. This one gets to him in the air. He rolls to his right, punts it. Nice high punt, but it's caught by Austin Allen at the 38, looking for room and not finding much. He's going to get to about the 45 maybe for about a 7-yard return before he's corralled by the Mustang coverage team.
Yeah, that time good snap, rugby-style punt, and really good coverage to kind of box in Austin Allen so he can't get free.
So the Marauder offense is back on the field. We talked about this, even though they gave up some yardage on that opening drive of the 3rd quarter. The Marauder defense really playing well here in the second half.
They really have. Ever since they took that big opportunity, they've got that turnover, their confidence and swag has turned up a notch, and they have been outstanding.
1st and 10 at their own 45. Empty backfield. Snap back to Nussmeier. He's going to fire one deep up the near side. Going for it, and it is caught inside the 20. Roman Katab, number 6, the senior, with his first catch, and he's down at the 16-yard line. That is 17-yard line, I should say. That's a gain of 37.
Yeah, this is a perfect throw, but look at the route. You can see the receiver vet move. You can't see it there. You just getting himself a little bit of separation. If you don't extend the arm, you won't get caught.
Yep.
very sneaky vet move there, and the ball drops right into his hands. And the Marauders threatening once again.
That's the first catch of the season for the senior Roman Kitab. And you're right, that was like a little veteran, little slight push to get some separation and make that grab. Hand off to McKnight on first down. He's into the second level, inside the 10 and barreling down to the 7-yard line. A gain of 10 to set up first and goal.
McKnight rumbling and bumbling down the field, taking defenders with him. Here's a nice little replay. You'll see the line, hat on a hat. You love to see it. You have a little bit of a missed block there by the tight end, but McKnight doesn't care. He's just going to keep rumbling, bumbling, and taking victims with him.
By the way, into the game for the injured Matthew Willett is Sammy Torres, number 61, the senior. First and goal at the 7. Power formation, but they're going to fire this one up into the end zone, and a great defensive play that time by the defensive back. Was that Ethan Jamison? Yes, it was, the return man who was playing good. Tried to throw that up to Luke Susko in the corner of the end zone, and Jamison just went up with him and knocked it away.
Yeah, that's 6'6" versus 5'10". And what I'm going to say here is the same thing I said in week 1. That ball has to get up in the air. Let your guy go and get it.
Yeah.
And that's something that they're going to have to work on.
Most definitely. It takes some time, but he threw that one up, maybe just not up quite high enough. Yeah.
Anytime the 5'10" guy can knock it out of your hands at 6'6", you didn't throw it high enough.
Second and goal from the 7. Toss to the outside. Carter Francis inside the 5 and into the end zone for his second touchdown of the night. Carter Francis punches it in from 7 yards out, and this game has been blown wide open.
Sure has. We told you he's lightning, but he's also got some thunder to him. Look at the line. There's big 75 opening it up. We've got wide receivers blocking, tight ends blocking downfield. Great block, actually, by number 18. Let's talk about it. Because Kogler's had a little bit of a up and down night, but that was a heck of a block sticking on his man. Touchdown, Marauders.
Extra point is up and good, and with 10:14 to go in the ball game, this one has turned into a bit of a laugher. It is now 45-14 Marcus. This is Marcus football night.
I've been practicing law for 30 years. I have said one phrase more than any other. Why didn't you call me sooner? There are ways to accomplish the same goals in litigation from a perspective of finding solutions to complex problems as opposed to winning. I firmly believe that if you think you need a lawyer, you need to come in and talk to one. We would be more than happy to guide you so that you don't have to guess.
The Marauders go 55 yards on that touchdown drive, finished off by the second touchdown run of the evening from number 2, Carter Francis, as he punches it in from 7 yards out. It's now 45-14 Marauders. Kickoff is high and a little bit short. It's going to be fair caught at the 11, and the Mustangs will take over at their own 25. The big play on that previous possession, of course, was the first catch of the season by senior wide receiver Roman Kitab, the 37-yard grab on the fade route that set them up inside the red zone.
Yeah, and just like we said, perfectly done with the vet move to get that separation at the end. Perfectly thrown ball from Nussmeier, and just another really impressive drive. And now can this defense close out the game? You know that's what they want to do. If they could close this thing out without giving up any points in the second half, what a rush for them defensively to really build on going into the bye week and then headed into district play.
So the Mustangs come out on their own 25, down 31 points here. Roseberry, no, actually this is the backup quarterback, number 12, Colton Waddle, who checks in. Straight quarterback sweep around the right side, gets about 4 yards out to the 29-yard line as the junior's in for his second series of the evening.
Yeah, you wonder if we might see some different play selection here, getting away from their norm, just trying to do some different things that they might need throughout the season.
Running tempo here. And again, they try a little pop pass, misdirection, but the Marauder defense is all over it. As coming in to make the hit is the junior safety Slater Sullivan in the backfield for a loss of about 4 yards.
What I love about this, he's got his responsibility, does number 38.
Yes.
He stays with his responsibility. That's Slayton Sullivan. Nobody goes with the fake on the running back. Nobody buys it. Totally different from what we saw in the first half.
Right. Slater was lined up. We'll tell you about it here in just a second. 3rd down and 10 now from the 25, and Roseberry is checked back in, and he tries to take off. I think that was Roseberry. Maybe it wasn't. No, it was still Waddle. He checked in and took off, thought he could get the first down, only got about 4.5 yards before he got brought down. But going back to that previous play, Slater Sullivan is lined up over number 88 Rodriguez, Justin Rodriguez, who had made a number of plays tonight on those misdirections. You're right. He didn't buy the pitch. He just went with his man as his man went into the backfield and across the formation behind the line, just went with him, and as soon as he caught the pop pass, he was right on him.
And that's trust, because you know you have linebackers to play outside of that and be there if the pitch is made, so I love that.
The punt is caught on a line drive by PC Carter, who is in the game. As he
is that his first time?
That's his first time returning a punt tonight. It's the first time I've seen him on the field. Back from injury
Welcome
last
to
week.
The season, PC Carter.
Well, PC was there week 1, but he was out last week with the injury. But that time caught the punt on the line drive, and no yardage on the returns. He got driven to the sideline, but the Marauders will take over at their own 32 after the punt by Brody Ross.
Well, they learned that Brody, if it's a good snap, he can put a foot to it and get that ball out there for sure. He's had 2 really nice punts here tonight.
And I think Colton Nussmeier's night is done as well, as I just saw number 13 with no helmet on walking back to the sidelines.
Would not surprise me.
I mean, up 45-14, why? Why would you bring him back in this game? So, Jake Torgerson, who's been starting on defense at corner, will check in for the first time this year at quarterback. The senior under center on first down. And he'll hand this ball off, trying to find some room up the middle, maybe about a yard or so, and that's it to the 33. I didn't see who had checked in at tailback to take that handoff.
Yeah, we've had a complete line change, Jacob. It looks like there are no starters out there right now for Marcus, so this is a whole bunch of people, 11 people getting an opportunity to show what they bring.
Still didn't see who took that handoff. I'm going to see if I can pick it up here as they come out of the huddle on this next formation. Let's see. Looked like it was number 23, Rockwell Sylvester, maybe? Am I seeing that right? Another handoff on second down. Only about a yard or two again. And check it, it was 24, not 23. That's Andrew Emmert, the junior tailback, carrying it on each of those last 2 plays. Couple more yards out to the 35.
If I'm not mistaken, if we go all the way back to the first quarter, Emmert's the one that made the big tackle on special teams to kick things off here tonight.
Yes, he was.
After that opening touchdown. So here he is getting some carries. I love to see the guys coming off the bench and getting some work. They're going to be needed to play throughout the year.
3rd and 7. Torgerson now lines up in the shotgun in a 3-wide set here. Going to go ahead and let one loose. He's going to fire one over the middle, and that pass is caught for a first down. Roman Katab with another grab out to the 49-yard line, a gain of 15 for Katab.
Heck of a throw for a guy that hasn't taken any quarterback snaps in a game this year. You can see he goes through his progressions. He goes 1 to 2 to 3, and he hits 3 as he comes across on that dig from the backside. Love that play from the quarterback. He's in the pocket, he's poised, he's calm, and he throws a strike.
Well, you know, I mean, Jake this is his 2nd year as the backup. He backed up last year. He backed up Colton Nussmeier last year. He's moved over to the defensive side this year because of injuries to help out and playing cornerback, but he is an experienced backup quarterback in this offense. Low snap to Torgerson on first down. He's going to fire one to the far side, and that is, wow, we have a meeting of players, and is that going to be an interception? It is. What a play as Torgerson was trying to get the ball to Grayson McCrate, the tight end, and the defender, Josh Devidos, the senior safety and wide receiver, basically just went over the top of McCrate, just dove over the top of him to make a ridiculous interception.
I mean, you said it right, ridiculous interception. I can't even put that on Torgerson, and the ball gets tipped at the line of scrimmage a little bit. You could see it kind of wobble there. Otherwise, it's probably not intercepted, but that is a heck of a play. That's as good a play as you're going to see from a DB.
Yeah, because, I mean, McCrate was there. The throw was to the receiver. I mean, that is just a ridiculous athletic play by Devidos for the interception. Wow.
And now the defense for the Mustangs down in front of the little fan section that is
and the pass is picked right back off on first down as it was Roseberry back in at quarterback. He tried to lob it over the top of the defender, trying to hit Dustin Rodriguez again, and this time number 41, Andrew Bennett, the senior reserve defensive back, went up and picked it off himself.
That's a very irresponsible throw, Jacob.
It was.
he's a righty, but when he flips his hips, he doesn't get set. He's in the air and he just kind of floats the ball out there.
And it was behind his, and it was
extremely
he tried to lob it
ill-advised.
over the top, and it was behind and a little bit short as he was throwing against his body. Was Roseberry that time?
I never want to see that play again.
That offended you as a quarterback, didn't it?
It did.
First and 10 at the 28 after the return. Flag immediately. We're going to have a false start here. So after the Marauders throw the interception on a brilliant athletic play from Josh Devidos to get the turnover, Roseberry gives it right back for the second turnover of the night as he really just made an ill-advised throw. He didn't get it out in front of his receiver. It was behind him, tried to lob it over the defense, and it was behind, and a great pick that time by number 41, Andrew Bennett.
Yep, we're not taking away from Andrew Bennett at all. Extremely athletic play.
After the false start, first and 15 back at the 33. Handoff about a yard maybe on the gain for Andrew Emmert.
Yeah, not a lot going on there, right? It doesn't appear, and maybe I'm wrong, it's hard to see the numbers. It doesn't appear that the Mustangs have done a line change yet.
No,
Marcus
not yet.
has, and so your 2s and 3s are going up against the 1s on the other side. Great experience, though.
Yeah.
You need this right now. This is great stuff.
The only guy that's really not out there for the defense is Jeremiah Lyons, who got banged up a little bit earlier. Second and 14 now at the 32. Another play action this time from Torgerson. Rolling to his left. He's going to fire one downfield and misses his receiver. Looked like he had McCrate open initially, but didn't decide to go that way and tried to hit the trailing PC Carter and just threw it too far out in front.
Everything looked so good up until the point the ball hit the ground. Even the throw even looked great from here. But you're right, he tried to get a little too fancy.
I think he got a little greedy.
Yeah, should have taken the first read right there. I could see what he's doing coming with that second wave guy, but the ball just too out in front, hits the ground.
Yeah, because if he had thrown it to the his initial receiver, the tight end McCrate, probably would have been about a 10-yard catch and run because he was open. Third and 14 now at the 32. Torgerson dropping back and stepping up, and he's going to take off. He's got room to run inside the 20 and making men miss. Now he's in the open field inside the 15, the 10, and he's going to get knocked down inside the 5. Great job by Torgerson looking downfield, and as soon as everything opened up, using that speed that he does have, I mean, he plays DB for a reason, takes it all the way down to the 4-yard line, a gain on the play of about 30 yards.
So patient right here. He's nowhere near full speed. He's just sort of jogging, and then he says, I've got some grass over here. I think I'm going to hit it. And then he does hit the speed. Obviously, he's playing DB. He's not slow by any means. He's a very good athlete. Gets this ball. I mean, this is how you take advantage of your opportunity. We talked about it in the 3 keys. Jake is doing that.
28-yard run officially makes 2 men miss on the play. First and goal now at the 4. Snap back, play action. Torgerson gets away from pressure, rolling to his right. Now he finally gets rid of it. I thought he was going to hold on to it too long, but he does get rid of it and throws it out of bounds for the incompletion.
Very smart, headsy play. You can tell that quarterback room is well coached because while of course there's always a drop-off from your starter to the number 2 guy, but Jake Torgerson, you get the sense that he can come in and manage this offense as a starter without issue. He's doing a great job, phenomenal right now.
Torgerson listed at 6 foot, 170 pounds, and one thing that I would say he probably has over Colton Nussmeier is he's faster.
He's faster.
2nd and goal now at the 4. Under center is Torgerson. This time he will hand it off up the middle inside the 5, and is he into the end zone? It's close. So he's going to be down at the 1. That was number 23, Rockwell Sylvester, on the handoff that time. The senior gets close but gets knocked down at the 1.
Yeah, you love the quick feed inside too. We've got a pulling guard that has a little bit of an opening. He makes a little skip jump to the left and then dives over, just comes up just a tad bit short.
3.5 minutes to go here in the ball game. The 2nd string Marauder offense trying to punch one in. Sylvester still in the backfield. They're going to give it to him again, and he is going to get into the end zone for the touchdown. Rockwell Sylvester, his first touchdown of the season, and the Marauders add another 6 onto the board.
Just, you can't even say enough about how impressive it is to see all 11 of these guys are coming in, 12 because we've seen 2 running backs coming in and taking advantage of their opportunity and not letting coach down. They just continue to score. Love to see it.
Got to feel good for that second line on the offensive front as well, along with the senior fullback Jackson Westman, number 42, who was in their lead blocking on the play.
Yeah, and the senior quarterback who has been playing corner the first 2 games comes out here, gets under center, and does his thing. He's throwing the ball, he's running, he's leading this offense. He's doing a great job. I love to see the seniors going out and taking advantage of the opportunities that they do get.
And I tell you what, a great drive that time, led by Torgerson. They go, I believe it was 68 yards, 67, 68 yards on that touchdown drive, right down the field with a good mix of pass and run.
Yeah, we saw a little bit of everything in there. We even saw him had to fight through some adversity.
Yeah,
we have an interception, get the interception back.
Yeah, check that.
Don't forget.
I forgot about the exchange of picks.
Yeah, there was a quick little exchange there.
That ended up being my fault. That ended up being a 28-yard technically touchdown drive, not a 63-yarder, because they gained about 12 yards in field position on the exchange of interceptions on back-to-back plays.
And I can't put that interception on Jake because really, again, that's as good of a play as you're going to find from
I think you're right. I think on that play, the pass got slightly deflected, and so it floated it a little bit.
Yeah.
But it was just such a ridiculous play.
Ridiculous.
By Josh Devidos. Man, that's one of the most maybe the most athletic play we've seen this season. That was unreal.
To go over the tight end and just
over
take the ball out of his hands. Unbelievable.
Yeah, because McCree got his hands on it. Yeah.
Unreal.
Diaz with a kick this time towards the sideline. It's going to be fair caught at the 5. And so the Mustangs will take over their 25. 3:18 to go. Yeah, I mean, that's one that they'll look at in film tomorrow, and if it did get deflected and slightly floated, if not, then they'll tell him, hey, you need to get that more on the line. But either way, it's just an unreal athletic play.
So you assume now
hats off to Davidos, the two-way starter for this Mustang team. Man.
You assume that
oh yeah, we're going to get some reserves on defense here. Yeah.
On D.
I'm seeing number 76, Colton Davis. Looks like he's going to check in. Joe Morris, the senior linebacker, number 50, looks like he's coming into the game. We've already seen number 41, Andrew Bennett, make a big play with that interception as he was in. We've got Makai Colbeck, number 26, in at corner. We'll get you more players as they check in. Handoff on first down. Spin at the line, but nowhere to go, and he gets maybe about a yard. That is, again, number 25, Cole Morgan on the carry, the sophomore.
Good effort, but Marcus is just swarming to the football. Doesn't matter who's in the game, they are bringing the wood.
Got number 40, Britton Mayfield, the junior, in at middle linebacker right now. Number 46, Cole Cooper, has checked in at linebacker on this possession. Snap back, the little double reverse right behind the center, and not much going that time as a gain of about 2. Coming up to make the tackle was number 51, who I don't have a number for, who I don't have a name for on my roster. Okay. We'll have to ask Coach Alexander who number 51 is, because he just made a really good tackle.
He sure does, and he's able to avoid the block of number 89, who's a tight end there. that with that misblocked, if that play is blocked up right, you might have a seam, but misblocked there, great tackle.
Play action rollout here on 3rd and 7. Pass to the far side, caught for a first down. Gain of about 10 yards. That was a great throw and catch that time, as making the grab was that junior tight end, or sophomore tight end, number 89, Joshua Lanch, on the throw from the backup quarterback, Colton Waddle, who's in the game.
Yeah, that was a really, really nice route. I watched that route from the top. He gives a little inside shake move. The DB kind of bites on it, and he plants his foot and gets back down to the outside in a perfectly timed throw on the break to allow the first down.
And that play brings us to
not the first down, but the completion.
That play brings us to the 2-minute warning. It is 52-14 Marcus. This is Marcus football night.
Are you ready to score big in the game of home ownership? Southern Collective Realty is here to get you into the end zone of your dream home. Hi, I'm Amy Turner, and I'm the broker and owner of Southern Collective Realty. I've been a Marcus mom for the last 6 amazing years and a great supporter of the Marauders.
I'm Sarah Grant, and I'm proud to be a Marauder mom and aunt. Together we bring in over 20 years of experience in Flower Mound and surrounding areas. Southern Collective Realty, where every home purchase is a victory.
Ready to kick off your search? Give us a call today.
Two minutes to go here from Eagle Mustang Stadium. Jacob Dedamore, Tim Smith here with you. Marauders all over the Mustangs, 52-14. It's 1st and 10 for the Mustangs at their own 38. Handoff over the right side. Nice little gain, 2, maybe 3 yards for Cole Morgan as he gets the carry before he is wrapped up.
We'll watch the replay on it here. 59 comes around to try to get the block, but he's pushed right into the running back, which causes a bunch of timing issues, and the rest of the defense is able to come up, flow to the ball, and make the play, which I'll tell you, Marcus has done a great job in the second half of flowing to the football.
Evan Short, number 47, was the first man in on the tackle. Second down handoff, this time going over left guard, again to Cole Morgan. Gets about 3 yards out to the 43 to set up 3rd and 5.
In no hurry, they're not trying to do anything different, really. They're just trying to get out of here, I think injury-free maybe at this point.
Yep, run a few more plays.
Let's get ready for district.
Yep, run a few more plays and let's take it to the house. Spread formation, 4 wide set on 3rd and 5. Snap back to Waddle. He's going to fire one near side, and it's knocked away by the unnamed number 51 for the Marcus defense, who is checked in and knocks that away from the tight end, Joshua Lanch.
Easily, that could have been one of those pick-6 situations because he's right there to make the play. It just kind of bounced off his chest plate, but what a great job of getting in position to break that play up.
Check that. That was Dustin Rodriguez who he was trying to get the ball to, the slot receiver. But the punt team is now on as we're under a minute to go, 52 seconds to be exact. And the Marauders field the punt cleanly, kneel it down a couple of times, and take this back to the house into the bye week with a big win.
Lots to feel good about here tonight.
The punt bounced in on the snap again, and this kick just goes out of bounds. Not a very good punt, but it was a bad snap too. And this is they're gonna mark this out around the 43-yard line. So not a very good punt at all. But again, all the Marauders are doing, in fact, they only need to take one snap. Snap it back, drop back a couple of steps, kneel down, and you'll be able to take this thing home.
Yeah, you don't suspect that the Mustangs will be using that last time out, so look for one last play here, probably a knee.
So the Marauders will end their non-district schedule undefeated at 2-0, and they will be going into the bye week getting ready for the start of district play 2 weeks from tonight, where they will take on the also undefeated at 3-0 Louisville Fighting Farmers over at Max Goldsmith Stadium in the battle for the Axe. Last year's battle for the Axe, unfortunately, Marcus dropped that game, but it was a very entertaining football game on both sides. And Torgerson does take the knee, and that will do it, as he will not need to take another snap as they are inside 35 seconds. So the two teams will line up and shake hands, and the Marauders will take this very, very well done, nice win back home to Flower Mound and get ready for the start of district play in 2 weeks.
Yeah, lots to be happy about. Obviously, you've got some things to work on, and they'll get working on that right away tomorrow. But lots to feel good about here tonight, especially after not playing a full game a week ago. You got everything that you wanted tonight. You got to look at different people in different spots. You got to try some different things. You got to get some of your reserve players in the game, and you started the game on time. You got to go through your whole routine and play the football game and get the whole game in. Everything according to plan. They'll have some stuff to feel good about, but again, they'll have some stuff to work on.
Man, I tell you what, I mean, if you're Coach Alexander, I don't know how you can't feel good about almost every aspect. I mean, yes, your defense struggled early against the unbelievable, misdirection and motion offense of this Pearce team, but they made adjustments and started getting stops, and it allowed that offense that just wasn't able to be stopped tonight and really started and just kept putting points on the board and pulling away.
Yeah, hats off to this coaching staff. Now, part of that had to be the way the first half ended, because momentum is a real thing in sports and so in life. And so they captured that momentum, which made things really, really tough, and your mindset changes. You're down 3 scores coming out of the locker room. Then they get the big drive down the field and they're not able to convert. That kind of changed the whole complexion of the game, but great changes made at halftime and adjustments by the coaching staff, and we're able to get that filtered down to the players, and you could see a difference in the defense, the way they flowed to the football and really shut down everything that the Mustangs were trying to do.
Yeah, the defense forced 2 turnovers, started getting stops, forced 2 turnovers, including a pick-6 tonight. I mean, just a well-played game all around. Unofficially, some of the stats we're seeing, over 422 yards of offense. Again, these are unofficial numbers. Colton Nussmeier tonight, 15 of 20 for 235 yards and a touchdown. You also had 2 touchdowns on the ground, each from Carter Francis and Cade McKnight, as the ground game was spread out amongst a number of guys, but it was a very effective ground game tonight. The Marauders had 173 yards on the ground tonight. And again, big night from Austin Allen. Had a really good punt return, but had over 100 yards receiving tonight out of the slot. He was very good this evening for Colton Nussmeier, and you really can't think of a better way, in my opinion, for the Marauders to go into their bye week before district starts.
Well, the way the passing game looked a week ago, it looked like there were some things that were off kilter. Coach talked about it. They worked on it over the week, and tonight the passing game looked very on point, and Nussmeier, he was really doing it all, using his legs, using his arm, and getting the ball spread around to so many different people. You love to see that.
Well, that's going to do it for us here tonight as the Marauders head into the bye week before the start of district play with a huge 52-14 win over the Pearce Mustangs. The Marauders go to 2-0. The Mustangs fall to 1-1 on the season. The next action for the Marcus Marauders, as we talked about, will be in 2 weeks from tonight in Louisville at Max Goldsmith Stadium, where the battle for the axe will take place as the Marauders head on the road to take on the undefeated 3-0 Louisville Fighting Farmers. Tim, any final thoughts from you?
Man, I'm excited to get district play going. That's my final thought. This has been a lot of fun. Our first full game without issue this year. Marauders look great going into it. Can't wait for Louisville.
Well, we'll be there in 2 weeks in Louisville in the 2025 edition of the Battle for the Axe. For Tim Smith, I am Jacob Dedamore. Everyone out there, have a safe weekend. Good night. Have a safe drive home, and go Marcus.